will take a week to show up. We'll get a green dot. I think we're live. Maybe a few moments to actually be live, but we think it's working right. All right. I'm just taking apart some stuff, giving you something to do on a, what is it, Sunday afternoon? Sunday morning for you people on the West Coast. Nathan Tripovich just showed up. Always good to see you around. Shay got to last week's package. He's pretty happy with that. Gave me the best review I've ever had in my life. And all I'm doing right now is just taking apart a set of wheats. I buy these wheats, just set after set after set, take out the best ones, sell them off so I get my money back and can do it again. And then I get all the rest of them, and there's some, plenty of good coins in here. So we're going to find out what's in here, have a look. Some people start filtering in. Let me adjust my screen here. There are 627 people online. Wow, I must have struck a note. No matter. Got Mark Connor. Sebastian's happy that we're actually live now. Yeah, give him a preview an hour ago. Laura Days joined us and says 2 people are watching now. What happened to the other 600 plus? Crazy Maters Bailey. I got a Dansko album I'm taking apart. And, well, we'll probably just have a look at all the pennies and see where they go. And let's see, what's this one here? I can't even read that one. I think the camera crouch. We'll find out shortly. Let me switch over to another screen and see if that camera is screwed up. Yeah, it is. All right. Let's see what this does. Made the right noise. Technical difficulties. Scope is pooched. Oh man, don't do this. I'm going to take this off for a minute here. Video 2. Take it off. Yep. And let's see if I can add that back in while it's live. Video capture device. Add existing. It's not even reading. Where's that hammer? Okay, cancel this. Okay. That's like a strange noise. Why does this stuff got to do this while I'm trying to do something? Plus, video capture. Okay, we had there's another way to do this. I'm going to turn the actual camera on. Let's try that. No, that's not working. I'm going to turn the camera on, and that should work, and I should be able to get the scope that way. Then I'll capture the window. But that's not really, what are you doing? Oh, yeah, we got success here. Now, if I can do a window capture, that's just as good as the real thing, isn't it? Alrighty, have we got it? Spread, Chrome, screen. If I move this, can we see that now? Tell me what date that coin is, and I'll love you forever. If you see a coin in your screen, no, I'm screwing stuff up here. Let me get back to, how about that? If you see a coin on the screen, let me know what the date is. And everybody hit the like. It's a 1910. We done it. We can do this. There's lots of ways around technology. Don't let technology get in your way. Just shove it off to one side. This is what it looks like to me when I'm doing my thing, except that it doesn't have that, zoom in, unless I'm got the window screen on. Yeah, all kinds of stuff going. So I got the 3 cameras hooked up. We got this one. We got the home page, which has the new webcam over here. And I got Klesh's toothpick or guitar pick on there. Those things, come on, man, those are going to be valuable in a few years. I'm sending that one to PCGS. They'll do a nail. They'll do a guitar pick. So there's the scope, but that's not working. So I'm doing the screen capture, and we can kind of make it work with that. It'll be tricky, but we can do it. Okay, and there's the wide. That's the wide view, and I'm stuck up here in the corner all the times. And back home, I got the the classified ads here, which are getting old, but I'll replace them at some point. Let me get over to chat and see who else is with us. Matt Penn showed up. Draw with Big Tour, good morning to you. Hi Ho Silver. Steve Garrett, good to see you. Steve Gehring. Am I pronouncing that right? Hi Ho Silver. Of course, Beth is here. Get over to Beth's channel. Subscribe to her. She's a gas. You'll enjoy that. Hit the like. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. We do some things on this channel which is kind of neat. On Saturday afternoon, I have a coin class, and you can go back and watch the previous classes. People seem to enjoy them. I do my best to offer, useful information to people who are collecting, been collecting for a little while, or brand new. Different ways to collect, how to collect, what to look for, how to go through coin rolls, how to, make your own rigs. Where is the one? I'm sure I got one here somewhere. I got to clean this desk off, man. It gets worse and worse every week. Oh, here's one behind the lamp. If you need a box to put coins in, they make them right up at the post office. Perfect size. Take a razor to it. You can chop it up. Fits great. One box will make at least two. But you can hack them up, because those the nice clean red ones that are made for coins, well, they're $2, and I sell them, but those things are free, so why bother? Anyway, I'm just hanging around today, getting some stuff done, and I see there's not a whole lot else on as far as live streaming on Sunday afternoons. And geez, that's a perfect time. So let's get something done. Katie says, yeah, I'm wondering why I would be reported. I don't know. Oh, can you report these posts, by the way? Let me take a quick look and click on one. Yeah, you can report it. You go to channel, report, remove, put user in timeout, block, and go from there. Yeah, if you got trouble with somebody, you mods will, you know what to do. You've done this before. Give them the boot, quiet them down, yell at them, throw rocks at them. Who was it said throw rocks at them? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going through this this album, deciding what everything's gonna be worth, put a good price on it, and I either offer them up in the Coin Up sales group, or I'll have some dollar. I need to put some dollar deals up on a live stream, because a lot of people would take advantage of that. Put coals on their head, just as good. My grandmother said, you put rocks on them boys' heads, they're growing too fast. The dog image. I'm sorry, I didn't review that whole thing. I said something about a dog, and people, well, they seem to be carrying on with it. What did I say about the dog? And I apologize to any dogs that I may have offended. Here we go. And, well, the way I do it, just kind of go through. I got the flips at the ready. I had another pack here. Man, I got to do something about this. There's stuff everywhere. There you go. Another pack of flips. If you need these, they're $4 for 50, $8 for 100. These are the unplasticized flips. They're stiff. They're going to hold up for a long time. Your dog was offended? Oh man, I'm never going to live it down. ASPCA is going to call me, and it's probably them on the phone now. I keep the phone in the drawer. Hello? Oh man. Yeah. I had so much stuff on my desk, I had to get the phone and put it in the drawer. Well, no matter. Let's get back to what we're doing. Just to show off, you got to have one of these Clash picks. It's like a badge of honor on these online groups. I'm going to go over to the, let's see, which one do I want? Man, I got so much stuff going on. I want the capture. Now that doesn't work either. Screen. Okay, there, we get the screen. Okay, 1910. That baby's clearly in good condition with some issues. What are we going to do with that? I got an album back here. And number one. Now what? It's doing it again. Hello? Yeah. Great. I'm in the middle of a live stream. Can I call you back in about an hour? Okay. Meanwhile, get online and watch. Yeah, it's my mother. No matter. So I got this. I got an album I'm putting together. Oh, let's see. Good. There's no 1910 in there. Brand new album, and somebody's gonna want the whole darn set for a new collector. It'd be a great pickup item for Christmas or something. And I got enough that I could probably fill several of these, so I'm getting several of these. And the next one is 1912. Got a bit in his head. Okay, sure pretty scratched up. And these are, usually go for a bucket and good. But for these inexpensive beasties, we're just going to pop them in the album for now and sell them all at once. I'll put that up for auction. And the next one, let me guess, 1911 in the middle. Again, good. Got a little bit of air detail. Big scratch. Look at the back. Well, that's barely good and kind of screwed up. What do we got here? I got a 1911. All right, that goes in with the rest, and we'll get to it later. Go from there. Let me get back to chat for a minute while I empty this out. So you sell the little magnifying glass? Yes. I have some here. That's a 10x loupe. Let me pull this up real quick. Go home. There we go. That's a 10x loupe, 21 millimeters. Comes just like this. They're $3 a piece. It's real affordable. These are what I use. You can spend 40 bucks on a Bosch and Lomb. The optics are this much better. Okay, comes in plastic. You open it up and it's going to look like that. If I can get that in there. It folds onto itself. Got a little loop right here so you can hang it from like a lanyard if you go to shows or something. And you keep it polished. I can put it over here so you can get a look. That's what they look like. They're, maybe 3/4 of an ounce in weight. Easy to work with. You got to hold it right up like this for you. Two of them is $5.50. There's a little bit of a break. Comes with its own carrying case. There you go. So you can store that away. I use it to put arrowheads in. Now shipping is $3 if you need to buy something, because you might find some coins here that you just can't live without. And I'll have some I'll set aside without a doubt, because that's why I'm going through this album. Let's take them out. I've got some scales on order as well. They take a while to come in, but between the loops and the scales and the flips, boxes and folders and albums, you can get just about everything you need here. And rather than shop the big box stores, support your local YouTuber. There we go. And this will come in pretty good. Let's see what everybody's saying. Now, if you want to order something, right up here beside my head, you're going to see my email address. I take PayPal, but I do it by invoice. And for that to work, I've got to send you the invoice. So send me whatever request you want through the email. And that works for me because the friends and family, I do a lot of business on PayPal, and I don't need to get spanked or slapped. Mine hasn't left the kitchen since yesterday, says Steve. Your cat? Guess I'll be going back and forth. Beth, where are you going to, Beth? Come back here. This is the only place you need to see for now. So get those. If you don't have one, I mean, $3 is a good price. 2 for $5.50, $3 shipping. I keep one in my car, one on my other table, one behind me. I had one at work, but that don't work anymore. Why bother? And oh, that's the one I was using. Here's another one. Another one on top. But I usually have a bunch of these around. I'm going to run over here and see if we can get that screenshot again. Oh, that just totally didn't work. Screen. The big picture. Do I have chat down here? Yeah, I think we got it all now. Look at that. And I got to be able to see me so I can see that you're seeing what I'm seeing. And 1913 in good. All right. Now I've got my spreadsheet loaded. What is this? Here's my spreadsheet. And I can probably do a screen capture on the spreadsheet. And I sized it so you can get a good look. I'm going to go to wheats, 1913, in good, no, 86, well, 69 cents. That's not really enough to bother with a dollar deal. For a dollar deal, I want to give you a buck to a buck and a half. So we'll find that folder again. No, that's number 2. That's number 1. And no 1913 in there. Good. So put together a decent little set here. It's not going to have the 1909 SVDB. I sold that one, by the way. But we can probably put together a pretty good set. And maybe we'll auction it off or something. What do we got here? This looks kind of grungy. Let's pull that back up. I got to get the screen. I got too much windows open, I think. Okay, 1913D. Well, that makes sense that would be next. Again, good condition. Got a big gouge on his forehead there. That's why these are still in this folder. Okay, back to the folder. Go to the home scene. 1913D, right there. That's still probably a $5 coin. But with that scratch on it, I'm not going to offer that up as a market item. I'm going to find this. I've got that. That's on, well, that's over here. Here, I'll just give you the album so you can stare at that in its current state. If I prop this up, we can get a better look at that album. There we go. That's where we are right now. That's going to fall. Yeah, maybe we add stuff to it. There, good. We got a background. That says collect everything. You're darn right. There's so much stuff out there to look at. What do we got here? 1913S. And how can I make this work? Huh. Oh, I know. I go here. There's the 1913S for you. I get this over there. I think we're in business. 1913S. Now this one looks pretty good. Not damaged too badly, like some of those others. This is actually marketable. All right. So we'll look at the other side. Yeah, there's still some decent life left in there. You got a fine reverse, but the obverse is a little bit weak. Yeah, I've got a good ear. The start of separation. I can just see the bottom of the chin. I'm going with very good on this one. Let's look at the price. And how do I get this to work? Here we go. And we have a mouse. Good. 1913S. Kill that. There we go. In good. Well, that's a $9 coin. So we'll get that out of here. Package that up all by itself. Now, here's the process I go through. I got the coin. I identify it. Now I'm going to put in a flip and add a piece of paper to it. And that'll go for $9. If I can find my pen now. There it is. 1913S. Very good. $9. Now I'll add, a number to it so I can identify it uniquely. Then I can take pictures and, assign numbers to that. And depending on how I list it for sale, we can do a search, like if it's in a group or something, to find that again later. But also on the invoice, I go right to, labeling it according to that number. Rob has a good question. How much is a book like that cost when it's filled? It depends on the quality. I've got a price that I will pay depending on how many coins are in there in the various places that I shop. But the book itself is, $4. If you got, this is the number, 50 coins, you're looking at $10 worth of coins. If you got 60 coins, let me pull up my spreadsheet. I'll give you a real quick idea of exactly what I'm talking about. If you put all your coins in order, There's your spreadsheet. And if I can get it up here, so you've got the spreadsheet already loaded. I got to drag it across the screen. I'm going to shrink that a little here. All right, slowing down on this side. Might be overtaxing this cheap little computer. Where's this section? Here's the sets page. All right, you'll love this one. I'll give you some insight on how I get these things. I go to various auctions and dealers and people that have these things for sale. And they'll have, 20 sets available. And I look at how many coins are in the set. Now, you see in the spreadsheet window, I've got a rank, right? You take all your coins, and the first 90 of them, from 1909 to 1940, because that's what's going to be in book 1. Okay? And you put them in order according to good price, right? You're going to find your 1935s in good, 5 cents. Your 1939s in good, 6 cents. You do this all the way through, and you put them in order from highest to lowest price. So you see on the 90, if you have a 90 count set, it's got a 1922 no D, good price is 739 bucks. But what I find is, well, it's not a coincidence that, for a 50 coin set, it's going to have these first 50 coins in it. It's not going to have, well, you might have occasionally something better, but on a 50 count book, the best one's going to be a 1913. All right. If it has like a, say, a 1926 D, then it's a skew set, right? It has one in there that is higher than it should be. But if you get them in good price, I know that I can establish my bid based on what's in there. And I usually bid on sets that are, between 85 and 89. Let's see, 85 to 89. That's these. And really, you don't get many 89s. And 90s don't really, I've seen one. But if I add up the value of all the coins that would be in that book, this column here is the sum. That tells me what the value of that should be. Now, you're going to get some coins that are about good, some screwed up stuff. Pretty much you want to take a hard look at the top 10. So if I have, say, an 87 count, I'm going to have a 31S, a 90S, 24D, 11S, 12S, all the good stuff, right? 22D, 15S, 14S, 10S. That's the stuff I want. I want to see those coins. If those coins are screwed up, or if I can't make out the picture, I don't bid on the thing because it's going to be crap. If they are decent, a lot of times when someone has taken the time to put together a set of that size, they've been a bit more meticulous. So these coins are not going to be in good. They're going to be very good, fine. A lot of times I pull out very fines and XFs. I pulled out AU 1912S's when I paid, 60 bucks for a set. That's a great joy. This is how I pay my bills. Okay, so we got the sum, right? Depending on the count in that book, I know what the price is going to be. The average bid. I've actually got records. If I scroll this over here, you can see, what this set has sold for. What are we at here? Let me pull one out. Here's an 85. Okay, the best coin should be a 1924D. There's 188 bucks for the coins in there if they're all in good condition. The average bid's 146 bucks. Well, that's not great. That's about 78% of the good price. Number 86 is neat because, there's a drop in there. 86 is a real nice size to get. Let's look at those. Okay. Going over, I got 96 different bids on an 86 count set. And I can go through and I can see what sort of bids they've been getting. The average bid's 160 bucks. The value, you're looking at 263 bucks for that 1909S in there. But these are the prices that have been realized for a set of that size. And so, I don't go much above, say, 150, 160. Sometimes I get them, sometimes I don't. When I get them, geez, there's some good coins in there a lot of times. But for a 50, for example, we were talking about for Rob, it's 10 bucks worth of coins. A 60 count set, you're looking at, 18 bucks worth of coins. I've seen bids as high as 76 bucks for a 60 coin set, and you can guarantee there's nothing better than 1932D in there. Okay, now this particular one had a Dansko long album. That's, one of these that I'm taking apart right now. Now this applies for all the book ones. If you get into the longer albums, the Whitmans. I've got one right here. Those are the Whitmans. You can add for that, but really, unless the coins are BU, don't add much. Add a couple of bucks because the value is in all the coins before 1930. Before 1935, with the Depression years in there. There's some steals out there you can get, but for 1948D, in very fine condition, it's throw it in the bag, move them out. Memorials, yeah, there's some nice ones, but they better be nice. I picked them up, and they've been fingered up, they're rotted, they got black spots on them in the pattern of a fingernail. So just keep your eye out, but don't spend more than you should if you're buying sets. Do the homework, and if that homework means going through and making a spreadsheet so you can add up what is in there, what should be in there, and what they should be worth, so you can come up with a total value and then place your bid on that. But for less than 80 count sets, it's not a whole lot of money. Let's see, my bid for an 80 count set would be around 65 bucks. There's $100 worth of coins in there. Yeah, it's a good markup, but really the big money is up here. If you're going to spend a lot of time on it, get some big stuff so you can flip it over and get your money back so you can do it again. I got all these sets behind me. I don't know if you can see these. It just goes on and on. There's a stack of them over here. Bigger, all of that cost me 300 bucks because I buy it, pick out the best, cherry pick them, sell those off. I got my money back. I can do it again. And then when I get time, I'll sell off the rest of the stuff in there, make some good money. And this stuff, I can let it go for, reasonable prices. No, I don't give it away. But I get you reasonable prices. Now, let's see if I can get back to Rob here. I got 17 windows blocking it. Caruso has joined us. Good to see you, baby. I had a question for you. I forget what it was, but give me time. I'll get back to it. Yeah, that's a lot of sets, Beth. There's about, I don't know, 5, 6 dozen anyway. There we go. So I hope that's useful information. We're going to keep on going through, and I'll take, the stuff that's just really poor. I'm going to put them over here in this little folder. But a lot of things I can put together. Well, let's say I got a 1936 PD&S, and they're okay. They're not great. I'm not going to sell a coin for 50 cents and expect to make any money. It cost me, 8 cents for these, and the shipping, the envelope, the printing. So I'll package several of them together, and then I can get it. I can make a decent money, and the customer can make a good deal. I mean, I move out a 36 PD&S for $1. It helps people fill their collections with respectable coins, rather than these, the pieces that are the stuff that makes it in my cull bucket. You don't want to bother with that stuff. So let's see what the next ones are in this batch. I'm going to jump over to the screen. Let's see. I want the screen. Is that it? Yep. And we'll pull up the camera. There it is. Okay, the next one's a 1914. He's got a bit of a contact mark under his ear, but he's got an ear. There's some separation. Can you see the mouse? Oh, yeah, that works. See, if I got the video capture, I can't use the mouse. But if I use the screen, then I can. And here under his ear, you have a bit. I'm not sure what that is. Under Liberty. I got a bright mark here. But for the condition, that's not too bad. You expect some contact and, circulation marks. And the back is, well, that's not quite very good. I'd like to see at least some berries here and very good. So I'm going to call that one good plus for a 19, what do we call it, 14. And let's put up the spreadsheet. What's that say for 1914 and good? Oh, that's the wrong part still. Okay, the spreadsheet weeks. You can get your own prices You can set up your own spreadsheet. I got to do a class on spreadsheets because, man, if you get the prices and you set them up in your own spreadsheet, you can pull it up and say 40 cents right now. That's what that one is. We got anything in the big book? I'll go home. 1914. That's going to go right in there. There we go. And when you put the stuff into the books, put on some gloves because you're going to press them straight in. And I see a lot of coins in albums where they just jam them in with a bare finger and just forget them, man. They're ruined after that. They stick them in there and they leave them. You know, they're going to be in storage for a few years. And the oils and organic solvents or organic acids on your fingers is what's going to leave marks on these coins more than anything else. And it's a darn shame. You know, you got all the trouble. You spend the money on the book or the album. These albums are 40 bucks a piece. What are these things? 25 bucks. I mean, if you're doing great, you can get them for 22 bucks. But these Danskos are 35, 40 bucks. And you spend the good money, you put the coins in there, and then you screw them up at the last possible second, jamming them in with your finger. Look, this is a cotton glove. I cut the fingers off. It works great. You can get these latex gloves. It's $5. You get 50 gloves, 50 of them. Single, pull them off, throw them away. You know, they're good at Halloween. You can do costumes with them. But geez, you know, you can protect these coins that little bit. You're spending money on them. You're spending money on the albums. Let's, you know, give it a little bit of protection at least. It doesn't cost much, and if you don't, well, just throw the stuff away because you're not getting anywhere. And Beth needs some more gloves. I got. You got to make them finger. There's no way these gloves are gonna fit you, Beth. I got these gloves. And they're great gloves. Nice cotton, you know, Euro tool gloves. They're inspection gloves. You know, the drill sergeant will put them on and check the rafters. Give the old white glove test. Well, there's no way that is going to fit this, okay? So I cut the damn fingers off. Beth, you want another pair? I'll get you another pair. But I'm getting low. I got to get more, but the supplier, I called them up, say, do it. These are like made for Sri Lankan guys because they're made in Sri Lanka. Look at that. Made in Sri Lanka. Because what? The American cotton industry is so bad. Yeah, we probably send them the cotton. They make the gloves and send them back. But I guess they make them according to Sri Lankan hands because they don't fit me. That's for darn sure. You can't, you know, I got kind of long hands. They're not big and fat, they're long, so they don't stretch enough right in here. Yeah, it's cheap labor. And we'll have it too because it's a global market and we're competing with them. So eventually our prices will come down or theirs will go up and we want cheap stuff, so theirs will hold steady and we'll be unemployed. Buy American, folks. The jobs you save are yours. Nope, I need the screen and pull this up. There we go. 1915 is next. It's a better date. No question about it. Pretty heavy contact on this one. Now, the back's not too bad. The rim's full. We got some berry separation. I've got just the start of some lines over there. And that's probably very good with the ear, but I don't think it's quite good enough. Let's see, what's the spreadsheet say? Where is the spreadsheet? I'll give you a look where I am. Because you can look up these spreadsheets there. And if you're not fumbling with all this other stuff to show people what you're seeing, you can see 1915, $1, $1.55. Well, I tell you, that's going to be $1 deal right there. 1915 dollar deal. And we'll put that right up. No, that's the wrong button. Home. There's the home screen. Okay, so that'll go in this, and we'll put that out as $1 deal. Now, if you want, you know, that one, just get a hold of me at this email address right here, and I'll add on an invoice. 19. That pen don't work. Give me another pen. I got 100 pens. I put them in a cup. I knocked over the cup. I picked them up. I put them in another cup. Put some stuff in the bottom. Weigh it down. Knock that over. 1915. That's going to be a dollar deal. Dollar deal. Ta-da! That's what it looks like, dollar deal. So now I get all my dollar deals together. And yeah, you can get a coin for $1. But it's $3 for shipping, so I get a bunch of them. And I got to have a stream where I just offer dollar deals and let the people fight it out. And rather than fight, first one to send the email says, I want that coin, it's yours. And you get 30 more days, and I'll pick through more of these sets, and well, you can add more items, and it's the same shipping. Now, if you buy supplies like the the flips or loops or scales or folders or whatever else, then we pay by weight. But if you're just getting coins, $3 shipping. Let's see, wide, screen, screenshot, camera. There it is. 1915D. What's that doo-doo on it? Hello, pull that out. Where does it go? 1915. I'm at a loss. There it is. We got some doo-doo behind the ear. A little doo-doo under the date. Let's look at that. Is that damage? No, that's just junk. Here's a wide view of it. Home. Wide view. All right, let's try a closer wide view. Yeah, it's got some doo-doo on it. But you can see the color. That's what this camera does well. And the Mini, it does well with details. And I gotta set this up for screen. Yep, get this out of the road, and we can see the penny again. But you can see it takes the details and explodes them, because now that 3/4 inch coin is 6 or 7 inches across your computer monitor, and it doesn't pick up the color as well. Nonetheless, that's not a bad coin. It's kind of dirty. It's well, we're a little weak on the rim over on this side. We got nothing for berries. This is an about good coin. Somebody gives you this and says this is good. You throw it back in their face. This is about good. Okay, let's see. 1915D. I can leave the screen up and pull up that spreadsheet. And let me do some magnification on that too. One more. There you go. 1915D. About good. 75 cents to $1. That'll be a dollar deal. And we'll put that in a flip. Add a little piece of paper. If it doesn't sell as a dollar deal, I'll stick it over here in this album. Does that have one? 1915. That's a D. And that one's got a D. Okay. 1915D. And I'm going to call it about good to good, because the front looks all right. And that's a dollar deal. But I got to go through all this stuff to come up with these dollar deals. I mean, I'll get the good stuff out. There's a lot of small stuff. I mean, a lot of really small stuff. That's okay. People like it. We'll get it to them. Anything going on in chat? Cheap labor, that's the truth. Rob says, I think you put the 1914 in the 1915 spot. I'm just a man. 1915. Oh God, I'm just a blind man. 1914. No. Yeah. And to get these out, just gently press the back. Don't press it so hard you put your finger through it. I've seen those. For $4, it ought to last you a little while. Treat them decent. There we go. Now we have a better set with the 1914 in the 1914 slot instead of the 1915S slot. Okay, I dropped one. And I'm on the team, so I'm going to find that. What's this one? 2012. What's this one? Oh, that might be it. Man, a lot of pennies around. 19, I can't see a thing. Let's have a look. This is why I love this scope, because on a good day I'm blind. And we'll pull that up, and I think you can see that. Oh, I got to go over here to screen. And there's your screen. There we go. I got this. Well, that's a train wreck, isn't it? 1916S. I've got a bit of a knob over here at 8 o'clock. Another one at 9 o'clock. Alrighty. Now, is this the one I dropped, or is this a different one? No, it's on another desk. I got a bit of a knob in the right weed here. Now, I'm not too impressed with this. It would be very good with these details are very good, but that coin is just, this is junk. Let's look at the price on that. 1916S would be about $1.75. No, I don't really like it at all. I'll put that in the call bag. That's not something I want to put my name on. If you're going to offer coins, offer decent ones. All you do is offer junk. Only junky people show up. 1916, a little bit of a mess. It's good condition. Unimpressive. The rim is sound. All right. What was the date? 1916 and plain. Let's fire the 1915S. I have a 1916 already in the folder. All right. Put that back here. I'm going to start another folder with that one. Next up, 1916D. Imagine that. I'm actually getting them in order. And this one's respectable. It's not gouged up. It's got a little grime around the edges. How's the back look? Yeah, you're good. The rim is sound. Some detail in the ears, not a whole lot. And a bit of an ear. So 1916 and good. What are we saying on that one? 20 cents. Do we need one in the folder? 19. I can't even see it. 1916D. I got one. Okay, I'll go on the next batch. I'll put that on the back table. I wonder how that back table gets so clogged up with stuff. Next one. And we're in the 17th. Now, this was not too bad. We got some ear. We got a lower jawline. We got an upper cheek line. Contact marks. The back. Well, hello. We have a back. That's not bad at all. Now, see the back here, I've got segregated wheat berries, all right? Got a little bit of they're smoothed in over here on the right. The lines are, geez, they're just about complete. Little weak spot up on this point. On the front, I have a little bit of separation here. But boy, that is not much. If you look at very fine, this will qualify. But I'm going to say that all these contact marks bring it down just a bit. So 1917 in fine plus is what I'm looking at there. And yeah, it's a 35-cent coin. If it was very fine, it'd be $1.50. So we're somewhere in between there. I think I'll go over and look at this album and see if that needs a 1917. Go home. There we go. Looks like it's got one. Ain't that a darn shame? Well, I could try it as a dollar deal because it does have really good reverse. But I can't really call it VF. I don't think the cheek is quite good enough for VF. All right, we'll try it out. I'm sure somebody will be happy to have that. I got 1917. I'll call it fine, very fine. And call it a dollar deal. $1 deal. Grab up one of these. I'm probably gonna run out of slips. You know, I could pay a penny a piece for these pieces of paper I put in here, or I could just, you know, go over this paper cutter and chop up some sheets of paper. I'm just cheap. That's what that is. You know, it's one thing to have good stuff. It's another thing to be frugal. If you're frugal enough, you can have all kinds of good stuff. Jerry Holdridge has joined us. Good to see you, Jerry. We're just looking at pennies and talking coins. Hannibal Lecter. He wrote his name on one. Hey KP, can't stand kids are on their way to see ya soon. Can't stand kids. They ain't getting up that driveway. I'll get 3 notifications coming in. Let's see what that says. 9 Dimes has just joined us. Oh, SJ is live 36 minutes ago. If anybody wants to run over and check out SJ, I won't hold it against you. I watch her all the time. And Mark Connor has joined us as a new subscriber, as well as Young Mugs Coffee Roasters. Thank you all very much, folks. There we go. I watch SJ all the time. It's my late night hangout. What can I say? Sometimes I get on live after she gets off. Mr. Brian Barry. Good day to you. Good to have you aboard. This is Brian Barry. He's about 3 hours south of me. He's the fellow that 1914D, which is back here somewhere. Man, oh man, I gotta clean up this place. He found a 1914D in a Coinstar machine. And this was a heck of a hocus pocus mess. People talking about that. This went on for days. They say, is it authentic? Is it genuine? And I'm looking at this thing real close and I'm saying, of course it is. Let me give you a picture so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, I want the home scene. There we go. And you got this. And they said, oh, you have to have it slabbed because only when it's slabbed will it be genuine. Well, we already knew it was genuine. But people say, oh, you got to have it slabbed. You got to have it slabbed. It costs them $80 to get it slabbed. And nobody who said you got to get it slabbed bid on the darn thing. So I took it for a really good price. XF details. And I disagree with the grade that NGC handed down. And it does have a scratch. Well, it went through a Coinstar. Of course it would have a scratch. But the problem with this is it's just plain XF. It's not XF plus. It's not XF45. This is, if it's XF, it is a very strong XF. The details on the back are, let me see if I can get under the scope and I'll show you. The back is virtually AU and then some. Okay, you show me some wear on the back of this baby. That's what that looks like. Now I could turn the lights off, but then it wouldn't be bright enough to see through. But this is a beautiful 1914D. And I was going to take some time and do a video and, well, denounce NGC because most of the people who said, you know, this is what it is, said it's AU because the wear is just the lightest of points. And I've seen, you know, I've seen AU 58s that didn't look this good by NGC. And there's scratches over there above the date. Looks like a number 7. Yeah, I've seen Morgan dollars that didn't have, you know, good grades because they had scratches 6 times that big. Well, it's a pretty good size for the coin. But that is a piece you find in a Coinstar machine. And there it is. Well, I keep that protected in a Ziploc bag so it doesn't get you know, scuffed up on the. You always see me raving about scuffs on slabs. Where'd that next coin go? Is that it? Oh, it's 1917D. That's the one we were looking at when Mr. Brian Barry shows up. So get over and check his channel out. He does fish and metal detecting, and he's you know, he's an all-around good guy. And John Bass has joined us. We're just burning up a Sunday afternoon, John, talking coins. What have you found lately? Anything at all? Let us know, because we want to know. Let me put this back on screen, because that seems to work the best for me. I can pull up this one, and there it is, 17D. Oh, that's a peach. Okay, we got strong separation here. The rim looks real good. Let's look at the back. Full lines, and the wheat berries are pretty solid. What's going on over here in the left wheat ear? We're gonna have to look at that. Zip. Let's see if we can make that work. That is a die crack. Well, that's pretty. How far across does it go? That's it? Well, that's not too bad. Some people like die cracks. But you can see here, see the letters? In America, oh, this is perfect. Here's some classroom exercise for you. Where's my pointy stick? You're gonna love this. These dies wear down. And the only thing wearing down the dies is the pennies that it's making, right? Because they put, I mean, 300 tons of pressure per square inch on this much space. So the metal flows. It flows in two directions, flows out and it flows in, depending on what it's filling. On the obverse, a lot of times it'll flow inward on Lincoln's because of his big head and his big vest or jacket. But here you see the flow lines. If I can get my pointy stick in here, there you go. Where at of it's a line pointed at 7 o'clock from the center of the coin. But if we turn the coin a bit over here at the bottom of this ear, it's closer to 6 o'clock, 6:30. We come over to that side. You see the directional change. Now we're pointing over at 5 o'clock. I bet you if we come up a bit more, it'll point at 3 o'clock. What are you seeing? Okay, we should be seeing it here. If it were pointing at 3 o'clock, it would point right about here, but I'm not seeing a whole lot. But I've got these striations. All right, let's keep going around this because we've got some good wear lines on this. All righty. And up here, oh, this is a good spot here. Let's look at the top of E pluribus unum. A lot of people put these up, oh, I got a double die. Well, first off, it's D-I-E, not D-Y-E. Okay, let's look at the tops of these letters. I'm going to take these gloves off a second. Up at the tops of these letters, you see the metal flow. It enters the void as it goes into, where's my stick? Into the devices, because on the die, it's a hollow. In that coin, the metal fills the hollow, so that on the coin it's raised. But it flows in, right? And as it flows out is usually where you get the most wear. So on the outside, away from the center, is where you're going to find these wear lines. It kind of stretches out the letters, what it looks like. It's not doubled. It's just the die has been worn down. So you have these, blurs right above it. And you're getting this in all the letters. See the top of the R, the top of the U, it's longer than it should be. The L just keeps on going to the rim. Righty? And the E, that's just flush right into the rim. And you can see the lines, that's the metal flow. Let's look at the front on this. Now, they don't necessarily use the same dies throughout. They'll change, the reverse die at one point. Or they'll change, the obverse die. That sure is clear. That looks pretty good. So you don't necessarily have the same amount of wear on the front and the back. But here we do. If I can tilt this just a bit, you should see some raised metal above trust. Like, see how the T has horns? And the R has a left horn, and the U, the prongs, there's my stick, the prongs keep on going above the U. That is die deterioration. Okay? Same thing on the T. It's die deterioration. Now, in a lot of these newer coins, the die deterioration is very gentle. It's flat. It doesn't stretch quite as much as it did on these old copper. This is 95% copper. You got different properties. But the die deterioration, you can tell it's deterioration doubling when that pattern is flush down to the fields. Mechanical doubling, you're going to see it, halfway up or right at the top of the devices. Whereas the die deterioration is, let me get this camera in so I can point it out right. Okay, mechanical doubling is going to be up here on the device, on the letter or number or Lincoln's nose. But die deterioration is going to be right down here, right down along the field. So keep that in mind when you're trying to cherry pick things and decide what is going on with this. It could probably help you out. Yeah, now we're going to look at the L, and you're going to see that should be, I bet you, plowed right into the side. There's your horns. Okay. And that's about it. That's a good lesson. So this one's in great shape. And I've got some die wear. And that die crack also tells you, Well, the die's been around the block a few times. But sometimes they make, you know, 500,000 strikes on a single die. Well, geez, they're putting 300 tons of pressure on that coin. They're putting 300 tons of pressure on that die. And that's the sort of things that happen. They fragment, they fall apart, they chip, they break right in half. You name it, they do it. And that's just little die crackers all we got there. Yeah, this one's VF. Looks good otherwise. What's the front say? Front says VF, got a little spot. But ain't a thing wrong with that, really. Look at the rim on that. Okay, that's a, what is it? 1917D in VF. Pull up the book. And 1917D in VF is $4. Oh, man, I'm going to get a hamburger out of this one. We'll put $4 right on that. Let you look at that. And make sure that's dust-free. Got a lot of dust on my desk. What am I going to do about that? And Beth says, don't forget to hit that like button, everyone. That's a 1917D. That's lower. Well, that's actually mid-range VF. Lower end VF, the cheek jaw, that's going to be mostly flat. We got some decent separation on that. And we'll put a $4 bill and see who bites and go from there. Avery Kitchens has joined us. Avery, you want to watch this show later because there's some dollar deals earlier on. And Beth has sent a PayPal. God love you. If you want to support the channel, I give stuff away. You'll see on Saturday mornings I give away all kinds of stuff. This week's winner got a copy of the Red Book, some flips, putting together a set of graded coins. So you got good, very good, fine, very fine. And I'll probably sneak something decent in there. And a loop. So go with it. And because of Beth, I'm able to add, you know, the folder. The guy's getting one of these books and the flips as well. And I'll keep that on for a little while. I'm going to stick this here just because I can. That's what that thing looks like close up. That's them 1 ounce copper rounds. People, boy, they sure do like these. I'm trying to find some more. There's another one on the floor. Oh, man. Back would be a whole lot easier on me if I didn't drop every single thing on the floor. What do we got here? Get out the way, you. 1920S. Just sitting there on the floor. Imagine that. And Beth has email for me. I'm not going to check PayPal because that's, you know, I'd have to show that. Well, actually, I could do it, but I have to, yeah, take it off of the screen. Yeah, this is how it works. This is OBS, right? It looks like this. So you got a home page, and you add things to it. Like there's the image slideshow, which gives you this, you know, my classified ads. You get the scope, which doesn't want to work. All right, no problem. You get the widescreen, which is a new webcam. That's a screenshot, which gets funky if you got a lot of stuff. But you see the lag. You know, the one on the left is right on the computer on the scope. And the next one is the OBS, as you see it, but they're, you know, jumping at different times. And that's the, that doesn't work. And there's the spreadsheet. That's one of the neat things. So if I put you on the home screen, you can look at that. There you go. And I can come over here and check PayPal because Beth is saying, check PayPal. This will take something went wrong on our end. Of course something went wrong on your end. This will probably slow down everything. What you doing? It says, oh wow, look at that. Beth Coddington has made a $20 donation. Beth, are you buying coins or do you want to just support the channel? You let me know and we'll put together something here for you. Let me get back to the home. Okay, go to the chat. That's the dashboard. Is this it? I get 37 windows open. There it is. You break the like button, just snap it right off. And Beth Coddington has made a $20 donation to this channel. Beth, what would you like from me? Just lots of love? Would you like some coins? I've got all kinds of stuff. You're gonna support the channel, and we're gonna have we'll probably have a giveaway this weekend on the coin class, and we'll put that in your name. Give you a big shout out for it. God love you. I'll send you some gloves. We'll go from there. But anybody else who would like to support the channel, you can do it by making a donation, or get a hold of this email address beside my head here and buy some coins. Nothing would help me and make me happier than buy coins. Beth, I got a surprise for you coming. I'll split it. I'll use some for supporting the channel, and I'll send you a surprise gift. Hopefully you like it. Hopefully it won't weigh the package down too much. Okay, we're gonna go back and look at this coin here. 1920S. We've got some ear. He's got a temple. It's got a dark spotted grunge in there. Now you're gonna get that. Got some more. What's going on up here? It's grunge. And regular filth you get on these pennies below the vest. Over here, and a couple of spots here. It's unremarkable. It's not quite fine. You see the wheat ears here. So that's a very good 1920S. And these bits of lines and contact marks are typical of very good. So what's a 1920S and very good go for? Let's see, very good. 1920S, 52 cents. Let's look at the book. 1920S. We need it. There's a very good going in there. So this will be a decent set when it comes out. And put on some gloves when you press them in. Remember that? Yeah, that's in there. There. That's filling up pretty quick. That'll work out great. See, if we sell enough stuff, I'll be able to give that away. But we got to sell some stuff, and that's up to you guys. What's that one? Next up. Where is it here? I know I will love it. Yes, you will. Anytime Beth Coddington opens her mail, she wins these things. It's the joy of a new collector is what you see. 1917S. Very good. Unremarkable. It could use a little cleanup. I'm sure there's plenty of finger marks been on this thing for a long time. But the shape isn't too bad. There's a little bit of a contact marks up at the top. Good lines. Good ears. It's respectable. I don't think it's quite fine. The lower jaw just isn't sharp. But it's a solid, very good, this one. Oldies has just joined us. Good to see you. What are you doing that's coin related today besides watching coin videos? 19S in very good. Very good. 63 cents. Let's see if we got one in a hole in the 1970. I got one in there. All right. 63 cents. We'll put that in another folder. I'll put that in the back burner. And what do we got? I bet you this is 1918 coming up next. Where's the camera? There it is. Nothing to write home about here. Lots of contact, very good. Now you see these parallel lines? I got a pointy stick. Down here in the vest, when you see these parallel lines, the first thing I suspect is lamination errors. But if I get lamination, I want to see color. I want to see woodiness to it. I just don't seem to have the woodiness. If I've got woodiness and parallel lines like this, where it's like a Morse code, dot, 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 dash, I suspect lamination. Let's have a look. Is it damage? Because if I drag a screwdriver across that, I'm going to leave the same pattern. And this looks like I don't think much of it. It kind of looks like it's peeling, which suggests lamination, but I don't see any woodiness to it. It neither detracts nor benefits the coin. All right, but I mean, come on, there's a big ding right there. It's not that big, really. Here's a toothpick. Okay, you can see that right there in front of my head. If I put that head of that toothpick right beside that dot, that's how big that is. All right, it's that big around. But you put it under the scope and it looks like it's, you know, this big. It looks like the fish my old man caught. Ken Peavy, we can't see the coin? Huh. We can't see the, no, you can't, can you? All right. I'm going to go over to, that doesn't work. How about this one? Can we see it now? No. Okay, we'll start over with this. There it is. And you can see these parallel lines I'm talking about. There we go. These are those parallel lines I'm talking about. They don't go all the way across, but they go part of the way across. Now, if I had a lamination error, right, these you know, parallel lines are kind of like telltale mark. But I want to see some woodiness on the planchet. I don't have that. So I zoomed in. We took a look. And where are we? And it seems to be peeling up a little bit. Now it could still be damage, right? But like right in here, we got this. Looks like it's almost peeling up right in here. But it's not consistent with lamination. If I damage that coin with a sharp instrument, I could leave a bit that would. I could leave a mark that would tend to peel up just like this. So I think it's damaged. Now the last thing I was showing was the head of that toothpick, which you could put it beside my head. It's kind of small, and how big the camera makes these little details look. Because the head of that toothpick is pretty darn small. Matter of fact, I got this thing. Never use it. It just sits here, collects dust, and gets fingerprinted. And which way is up? That one? Okay, each of these lines is 1/10 of a millimeter. Here, we can measure. Let's measure that thing. How big is that thingy? Now, the big line here is 5 millimeters. The next line over is 1 millimeter. There's your start line here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's 1 millimeter right in between. That's the head of this thing. And let's get into that thingy down here. Let's put that up in the center. Yeah, I've gotten better at moving stuff around here. And if I can get the light out of there, we can measure how wide that is. What do you got there? Move it to the side. How many lines you figure in there? 4? 5? 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. That's 4/10 of a millimeter wide. That's how big the camera makes it look. You know, like that fish my father caught. It's kind of a neat thing. Yeah, I should keep it better, keep it nicer. So this has no remarkable features to it otherwise, this one. Let's get that back to focus. Come on. Yeah, I don't think this is a great one. It's got a big gash up there, his head on the left. What's the back look like? Oh, look at that. That's done. Bye-bye. That'll go in the coal bucket. I ain't selling that to nobody. We'll have my name on it. All right, next one. Well, let's see if anybody's chatting while we're getting through here. Oldies says, everyone on this chat I sub to, everybody in this chat needs to get over to Oldie's channel right now. I'll wait. And subscribe to her channel. That means you too, Smith. You too, Lecter. Get over there and sub to Oldies and Goodies. You see, I sub to you, you sub to me, we sub to her, she subs to us. That's how it works. Because who else is going to sub to us? We're the coin community. What's that doo-doo? What is that doo-doo? It doesn't look like it's part of the coin. Let's have a look here. Now, I don't clean these coins because it ain't worth my time. You know? Yeah, that's some kind of foreign doo-doo. I bet you we can scrape that off with this toothpick. Oh yeah, it's I might have squished a bug. See, it's on the toothpick. All right, what we got here? Here's one. Oh, there's the rest of that glove. Good. I'm going to cut the fingers off and save that. Right? This is how you make fingertip gloves. Oh, they're so handy. The rest of it, I'm going to open up because now I got a cotton towel. Now I don't clean these coins. It takes too much time. It just frigs them up. I'm not a conservationist, right? It probably isn't going to do them any good. It's not going to increase their value for sure, and it costs time and money for the cleaning stuff. So when I say just get a Brillo and some soap and water, I mean it. That is the best way to clean your coins. But really, a cotton towel, when you got stuff like this is moist. Moist. Okay? I got the coin. It's a 1918D. It's not in great shape. It's probably very good. And it's got some crap on the back. Okay, I got it in there. I'm not moving my fingers, but I want to get that stuff off. So I'm just going to bring that cotton cloth across there gently. Right? Not enough that I'm polishing that coin. I want to try to get that crap off. What the hell it is. See the front? I'm just going to draw it across gently. And that back doesn't want to come off. All right. Nothing to it. There's nothing on the cloth. There's nothing coming off. Where'd that spot go? I think I did squish a bug. I'm going to touch that again with the toothpick here. That's not moist. That's a light changing, making it look like it's, where'd it go? Like it's moist. This is verdigris. This is just, corrosion happening as we speak. And the toothpick is naturally filthy. All right. Anyway, that's as much as I will do to a coin. Because nobody wants to buy clean coins. Although on some of the key dates and semi-keys, it doesn't stop them because they're hard to find anyway. Okay, 1918D. I got a decent jawline, decent ear, no separation, and some doodle in the back. Okay, very good. 1918D. Let's look at the price on that one. That won't be a whole lot, I'm sure. 1918D. $1? Would you pay $1 for that? Is that $1? No, it's not too bad. Yeah, all right, we'll try it. We'll make $1 deal out of it and see if anybody wants it. If not, well, I'll just put it in a folder or do something different with it. This one's coming up next, so you can stare at that. I like kids. Everybody else's. My sister and her brother, no, that'd be my brother. They got kids, both my sisters, all boys. Every one of them. Of course, my little sister just had another one. And after 40 years, this family now has a baby girl. And she's adorable, of course. Let's see, this is 1918 D. And very good. That's $1 deal. And these boys come over, they visit. No, that's not it. It's gone. Where do you suppose it went? Is that it? Nope. I don't know what this is from. Oh, it's already in there. And for some reason, I got to do stuff like, go through the compost heap looking for worms. Hey, I got no problem with that. That's the kind of thing I would do. But they go over the clothesline. They got to take all the clothespins off the clothesline. Not sure what that was all about. Yeah, sometimes I cut these a little wide. But were they taking clothespins to those worms? No, they didn't. They just collected the worms, put them in a box, added some dirt, Great, they got a worm farm. That's what guys do. But now they're older, you know, and I teach them stuff. Yeah, that's ready. I teach them like, you know, how to change the oil in the truck. All right. I teach them how to mow the yard. I teach them small engines. This is how it starts. Now go make sure it works. Push it all around that front yard. 1912B, I don't know anything about it. Back looks okay. You get decent details. I'm a little out of focus. I teach them how to wash dishes. Want to make a hamburger? We're going to need some clean dishes. Well, this one's in good, but it's real good. It's not very good. I don't have enough ear to make that one very good. So that's a good 1912D. And it's pretty much problem free. A bit of a contact mark on the one side. That's it. So, now we have fun. Place is cleaned up. We got supper made. I don't have to raise a finger. The lawn ain't never looked so good. Christina, you froze? You just joined us. Christine, you put your phone number on my blog. I recorded it, and then I lost where I recorded it. I was going to call you and see what's going on. There should be. Let me move back to the home page here. No, a little more. Home. There you go. You see right beside my head, I got an email address. If you need to contact me, 1912D. And that's very good. No, it's just plain good. It's good plus. So send me an email rather than put a phone number on a blog, because that's just begging for trouble. Screenshot. Go to the spreadsheet. 1912D. What do you suppose that is? And good. This is good plus. I'll take $6 on that one. That'll work. So anyway, I took off your phone number so that nobody would call you and breathe heavy, except for me, because I have dibs. Everybody hear that? Let's go back to chat so we can see what's going on. It was my fault. No, I blame myself for leaving the bait of a chat of a blog in front of you. You guys want a tour of the blog? You can see some stuff maybe you don't know about. There we go. What's next? The 1918S, very good, decent year. I got a little bit of separation, so we're going to bump this up to fine. Clear line at the top, clear at the bottom. I don't think that detracts from it so much. And the rest of it looks pretty decent. Let's look at the back. I got good lines, good lines. So this is not too bad. A little bit weak on this. It's not quite VF because I don't have solid lines, although I do have a little bit of separation. I'd give this one fine plus. 1918S. What's the price of that going to be? 1918S. Where are you? $1.09, and it's better than fine. That's a perfect dollar deal right there. 1918S fine plus dollar deal. I cut all these things too darn wide, so I'm going to have a desk full of little pieces of paper. I just hate the bits everywhere. You know, I got this mess beside the desk where I haven't been in probably 5 years. Got the cords, you know, from the computer and the printer and the speakers and the lamp and the fan. And it's got, you know, cobwebs and dust, and I think there's a dead pigeon in there. I ain't going in there. I'm waiting for the nephews to show up so I can get that cleaned. We're going to show you how to do some archaeology today. You'll like this one. It's fun. That's what nephews are for. Archaeology. Boy, that's a dig site down there. So let me resize some of these all at once real quick. Because I'm not spending a penny on each of these. I'll just cut the darn things. Look, it works great. Yeah. Well, some people spend pennies, so they got a perfectly sized piece of paper to put in these flips. Hey, look, get the flip and don't worry about the rest of it. Protect the coin. They're worrying about the size of the piece of paper to go on that. What's that dinging noise? Oh, let's see. What are you doing differently, Ken? Your streams have been smooth. I changed everything. I was getting on Google Hangouts, just shooting, just talking trash with a bunch of guys, looking at pennies. And every time I got on there, it would screw something up a little more. Finally, get to a point where the sound, it sounded like with a matrix where it gets sucked into the mirror. So I'd have to turn off the computer, start up again. But on the OBS software, something there got screwed up. I'm guessing some sort of setting somewhere with one of these rigs, the cameras, the microphone. And so it just, every time I get on Hangouts, it would screw it up more and more. Slow things down. The cameras weren't sending and broadcasting correctly. And finally, they started shutting down altogether. So I totally reinstalled the OBS software. I hooked the Wi-Fi directly to the computer, ran antivirus, got rid of all the malware, spyware, killed all the cookies. I'm still typing in, passwords and stuff, but it seems to be working pretty good. So now I could just hang around and look at pennies and talk to you fine people. It's Jonathan Raymond. How's everyone doing? We're doing beautiful, baby. I can't speak for everyone, but if they're here, they're at least doing pretty good. Okay, we got a 1919. Got a big gouge on it. It's in fine condition. Look at the back here. Real decent shape, but what's going on here? Doo-doo. It's a doo-doo alarm. Yeah, that's doo-doo. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? All right. This is nothing to write home about. What we got? Yeah, that there is first class doo-doo. It's a toothpick and a doo-doo it's a doo-doo remover. Now I do have these doo-doo removers available if you'd like to buy one. They're $16.95 and you get 2 of them. But wait, there's more. Yeah. And that gets rid of the doo-doo. Remember that cotton cloth? There we go. That looks like wax. That's probably what that is. We'll just give that a quick wipe. And its doo-doo be gone. How's it look now? Normal. All right, somebody scripted across a candle or whatever. Okay, 1919 is fine. You won't see much of a price on this because they made a billion 1919s. Where is the list? Here we go. 1919 in fine. 35 cents. And that's if it doesn't have this big slice above its head. All right, let's see if we got a hole in the album here. 19, I'm on page 2 now. 1919, I got one. All right, I'll put that in the back. What we got here? A 1919D, what do you know? That looks okay, it's very good. It's not quite sharp enough on the cheek and jaw, but it's very good to find. I'd say closer to very good. I've got almost nothing on the left side. Okay, 1919D and very good. And service says 1919D, very good, 85 cents. Let's look at the book. That needs a 1919D. All right. That's just too darn small to do a dollar deal with. But it's not screwed up. So we'll put it in this book and somebody will get a pretty darn decent book out of it. That's what you do with the tiny ones. I mean, it's not enough to make a sale. Got a spot. But it's worth more than throwing away. So I would never throw these things away. Oh, look at this. I'm throwing this out. Big dark spot on them. Scratches on the left. Scratches on the right. Looks like LM. Could be VM. Graffiti coin. That one's done. That's too bad. I'll put that directly in the call bucket. Yeah, nothing I'm going to do with this. If it didn't have the graffiti and didn't have the big spot, that'd be, well, fine. Yeah, real weak on the left side. 1919S and fine. Where are you? Yeah, that'd be a great dollar deal. But as you can see, it's got the doo-doo on it. So we'll set that aside. Christine Criswell Joy has a link to a blog. You really want to check that out. That's out of here. Jonathan Raymond, doo-doo rag and remover is a technical term. That's right. And these are, I have a pack of 500 doo-doo removers. It's only $199.99 plus shipping. Oh, look at this. It's a train wreck. All right. The coin's okay. It's in very good shape and not very good on the very good side. Plenty of contact marks. Okay. Now, what do you see here? You see parallel lines? Let's get in there and look at this one. Let's get in there and look. Well, before we do that, let's look at the color. Color seems pretty uniform with striations. You follow me where I'm going with this? What do I suspect is going on with this coin? Ezekiel's joined us. There we go. This is a perfect example of these fine lamination lines. You've got parallel lines all the way across. Okay, they go through the details. Hidden numismatist, good to see you. Come on board. If you have a blog or a video channel, we want to know about it. You see these parallel lines, they're continuous across the coin. Here at the corner of the N and O, you can see where it kind of peels up. These are about as fine a lamination line as you can get. And they go consistently from one side to the other. Yeah, that's a good lamb. Alrighty, I'll put this in the errors box. This is the kind of thing I keep. Well, I like picking up these, whole sets or partial sets. What's that red doo-doo? Look at the doo-doo remover. It's a lipstick, or I don't know what that is. Did I squish another bug? We'll do a little surgery on there, get that out of there. Yeah. Rubbing a coin with a piece of soft toothpick really isn't going to screw it up. Gonna get that red crap out of there. I don't know, more wax, could be a crayon. You know, this one spent some time in a kid's toolbox back in the 40s. Hello again, everyone. Steve Garrett's back. So that's a decent lamination, but it's tough to see at regular scale. And I'll put this under the big, the widescreen camera, and you see what I'm talking about. You know, some of these errors only show up under high power magnification. Let's jump over to the other scope here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. And wide, there it is. Same coin. Wide view. You see anything there that looks like a lamination? Let's go up. At what point does it look like, hey, that's something I want to keep? I got to get real close. Back it off. Okay, real close. And back it off. Okay, this is good for color, but the detail, it's a little lacking. Bounce, 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 bounce. Oh, I'm taking that back to Kmart. There you go. I think we got a little bit of focus here. Yeah, but if it weren't for the magnification, we wouldn't see that. Let's jump back over to the screen. Here, you see parallel lines. Okay, there it is. We'll just stick that aside. 1920 in fine laminations. That'll make a fine addition to my little error collection. 1920 fine laminations. I'll just write lamins, and that'll be good enough. Look at this, I have little cotton balls everywhere. And again, you get the cotton cloth, squeeze your loops shut, or not your loops, squeeze your flips shut, because otherwise, you know, you don't get your handling grungy coins, you don't get that grunge line at the top when you fold your flips over. I think we're almost to the next page. Next one is upside down. This is one of those rare upside down errors. How's that look? Okay? And not too dirty. No dark spots. The rim's good. 1920D. That looks like fine to me. That's low end, very fine. And on the back, you see a bit weak on the reverse. As soon as you get into the 20s, the reverses, they started using them and using them and using them and using them, getting another 100,000 strikes, and you can't get good detail on these wheat ears. I mean, go find a decent 1926S with a strong reverse. That gets real hard. I'm going to go with fine on this one, but a weak reverse. 1920D. Let's get in there and look again. I got kind of a pattern here as well. What are you noticing on this? Yeah, all those fine laminations all the way across. Same as we saw in the other one. A lot of times it comes down to the copper source that the mint was using that year. You know, these are all parallel. They're not swirled. When they're swirled, that's when I suspect a wire brush or abrasive or a 3M pad, or, you know, they took a Brillo to it. Yeah, that's the same as the other one. And well, it's an improper alloy mix, but it can also be a result of contaminants in the copper. Let's get this out of here. 1920. Is there a mint mark on that? D. And lambs. And while we had it, I'll write down fine, weak reverse. And we'll save that one. And one day my kids will sell this off. But I don't have any kids, so one day my nephews will sell it off. Well, their kids will sell it off. Somebody will. Yep, that's ready. Put that in the back desk and move on. I got to get more out. So let's see what the people are talking about. I lost it. What it? Yeah, it's number 6 we're going through today. Oh no, SJ's back. Hide. SJ's stalking me. That's okay though. Let me catch up. It's been so long since I saw you last. When did you see me last? Yesterday? Jeez, I'll try to stream 2 times a day from now on. I used to be active with videos until 2 idiots killed the stream. The dream. Don't stop. The idiots won't last forever. You see this, you know, there are petty and small people out there, and just pay them no heed, because all it's going to do is upset you and wear you down. And if you dwell on it, well, the only person suffering is you. Just let it go and move on, do your thing, and they will eventually just drift away. I've seen it done. Just ignore them. There's nothing to gain in dwelling on that sort of thing. I can't see a thing. Crayon. Yes, I think it's what the red mark was. No super chat to place. There is, if you go to the right spot here at the home scene. If you wish to support the channel, up here on the right, I've got my email address. What I'll be doing is getting more stuff for the class on Saturday. We'll keep promoting it. More giveaways, better giveaways, more expensive coins. But that's what donations go to. And a good way, if you don't want to just hand over cash, buy some coins. You can go see the Friday Midnight Madness sale. Or you can, talk about stuff that we're looking at here today. But there's plenty of things. You can always order flips. People use the flips. I make a buck on those. Buy them from me. You can order loops, give them away at Christmas. Of course, I still have plenty of the copper rounds. Let me pick this one up. There you go. Plenty of these copper rounds. I'll put that under the big camera. Beautiful copper. People are saying they look better in person, and they do. They've got full luster. They're not fingered up. They're not handled. I only handle them with gloves on because I got a couple behind me that they got fingered up. Well, suppress the urge to grab them with your hand, and I put them in brand new flips with no fingerprints. Look how clean that is. Look how shiny that is. And they look great. They're a couple of bucks. You can hand them away. But if you print something up on the computer, your phone number, you can hand them to chicks. Hey, baby, you like copper? And look at the back of this. It's a walk and liver design. It's not an exact match, but it's quite decent. And a few changes, where it says 0.999 copper. And 1 ounce round. And there was no date. It's timeless because precious metal, well, that's precious. But semi-precious is timeless. Much like this one, which should be at the bottom, I guess. Well, no matter. There it is. Just buy a lot of those and let me know. The donations to the channel will support it. It will get more things for the giveaways. The books. Ooh. We got the Black Book. We'll offer that. I've got a catalog, an encyclopedia of U.S. coins. That's one of those thick ones you'll read for a long time. It's got prices, information. The prices are probably obsolete, but the information will last forever. Read the book, enjoy it, share it, give it to somebody else. Oh, the mail came in yesterday. I would love to give away Konica membership. Wouldn't that be something? And with that, this came in yesterday. It is the Aeroscope. And this is the bi-monthly publication. And today, it's about structural mint era coins. Look, it's got pictures. And sometimes I just sit there, on my chair in the other room and look at the pictures. Oh, wow. Look at those. Fred Weinberg always has a big ad on the one page. And I have not read it yet. I don't even know what's in here for articles. Wow, full page ads, 142 bucks. Wow. I wonder if it's worth it to advertise my video channel for 142 bucks. Oh, look, I might be here. Okay, we got new members. New members. Stephen Wolf, Alan Warrington, Deborah Spicer. I meant to check that last one. I want to see if my name's in there under new members. Lots of people. Classified ads. Oh, let's look at that. Matter of fact, there's a couple more. Every 2 months you get one. What's a month? Volume 26, volume 26, volume 26. Oh, there's a number to it. 5, 4, 6. Mind that one? Because when you sign, there's only about 600 or 700 members in Konica. It's $25 a year. Look, I'm in there. I'm someone. Woohoo! Active member, new member Ken Peavy. Okay. But tell them I sent you. That'll look good, of course. It's $25 a year. You get the Aeroscope. You'll get up-to-date information you can't get anywhere else. Of course, I read it. Save them. You can always sell the old ones. And they give you stuff, too, Where'd that thing go? I had something from. Oh, this is a Konica coin. When you join Konica, you get the little, the stuff. But you see how I'm talking about? You put an insert in if you want to give away your big copper rounds. You put something in there because they're only $2, those things. And this is one of those railroad pennies. That's been squished flat. I'll put it over here. You can see it. And Ken Potter's making some. using 2017 cents. They came from me, the pennies. So they got a whole bunch of these that'll be coming up for 2017. And there's the Konica logo. You know, I wonder if it says elongated cent. No, it just says Konica. Let's have a look. We'll put it beside the toothpick for the guitar pick and jump over. There's all kinds of stuff to play with on that table. At the screen, there's the camera. Okay, it's a little close. Anyway, when you're doing this, send you an RPM. So I got a 1916D or 1960D number 5. Organized in 1903. We're going to have to work on that die that they use. Combined Organization of Numismatic Era Collectors of America. That's what Konica stands for. Look at the big eagle. And on the back, they got, Squish Lincoln from 1967. Flat. Flat like a pancake. Yep, just a stain on the L&M. There it is. So that's one of those neat things. It's just a flattened penny, but they're, the next series is coming from my bunch of pennies. It wasn't much trouble. Ken Potter says, "You got any of those pennies?" "Yeah." "How much?" Said, "Give me, 50 cents a roll plus expenses plus postage." So that's my claim to fame. It's not much, but I'll dwell on it for a long time, I'm sure. Let's go back to chat and see what everybody's doing. I got ACS Antique Coin Shop has joined us. Hey, how are you? Everybody get over and check out ACS's channel. Do you have videos, ACS? Let us know. Because these people are just itching for stuff to do and look at. Coin and Card Hobbyist. Now, Coin and Card has some videos. But I think just about it. Jonathan Raymond's here. Go check out Coin and Card Hobbyist. We watch each other's videos. We learn. We can improve our videos if we talk about what's working and what isn't working. Right? Like I got this OBS software. Even if you don't live stream, it will. Let me get back to the home page here. Even if you don't live stream, there we go. You can set up parts and pieces. Okay, now this is on. I've got this right now for screenshot. Yeah, so I can take my head, which is over here. There it is, and I can put that on the screen wherever I want it. Right? I can have different parts, for different scenes. So I've got a home scene that'll be here, right? And I've got classified ads I put under me. I've got me right here. I got an email, and I can change the text on that. And I've got this big picture here, which is this camera right there. Can I show you this camera right there? Yeah, it looks like that. There you go. That's my new, I don't know what it is. It's a Logitech or something. And it's got the tripod. I set that on top of the printer so I can point it down and give you a scene with, this nice piece of copper in it. And if you trick it, you can get it to focus. Well, that's pretty good. That's what's going on here. But you can set up different parts of the screen, and instead of live streaming, you can record. So that this, the whole screen here, how do I point? Including this, is your video. So you can, improve what you're showing people, even if it's non-interactive videos. So chat with each other, by God. That's what this whole thing's all about, isn't it? Coin and Card says, Beth, it's been a long time. Doesn't anybody crush your cream? Oh, your dream. I'm probably like 20 minutes ago here. There, I'm caught up. Oh, that should be on pause. Beth will be right back. Chris, Konica 1983, that makes better sense than 1903. I don't think there were, in 1900, there were, what, a dozen coin dealers in the United States. So it's growing for sure. And Shirley has just joined us. ACS Antique has a video up. Get over there and watch it, everybody. I'll wait. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just taking pennies out of this album. and trying to clean up this desk because that board, it is a new shelf. It's solid lumber. It's not, you know, particle board or nothing. That thing is sagging. Hi CCH, it's Coin Card Hobbyist. ACS, that's Cheryl. Mud Sweats jumped on in. You have those hard cases in all coin sizes. Where are they? Right now I've got pennies, halves, and quarters. There we go. That's the hard cases. Don't. They're 2x2. Let me move this so I can see what you're saying. There you go. They're 2x2. And this is the quarter size. Comes in a plastic baggie, and I leave them in the plastic baggie because, well, same thing. I'm always raving about the slabs. In the bag, the acrylic holder is protected. And if the bag gets screwed up, I don't care about that. So when the coin is in there, it'll look like that baby. And for protecting these more valuable coins, this is the way to go. The Mylar, I don't really care for those anymore. I know I've got some here, but I had some right there. Must have thrown those out. Let's see. Where's one? I know I've got them. All right, there's some. The Mylar, these have been around for 50 years, easily. You put the staples in there and over time they're going to rot. Well, nothing's going to last forever. The plastics, they'll hold up quite well, but I'm sure they won't last forever. But these things are probably the worst. They're cheap, which is good. Everybody likes them. And they do offer a little protection. It keeps the dust off. And, you know, if you're sliding something across the coin, that's all well and good. But a lot of times I have this problem where the Mylar separates from the cardboard. And when it does, you can see just how much protection does this offer your coin if it doesn't hold up to the wind. Okay. Is it puncture resistant? Not really. Is it tear resistant? Not really. Okay, but they're inexpensive. That's why people like them, but still it's this thin. I can crinkle that baby up. I'll go to these vinyl flips. They came out with the, let's see if I got some around here somewhere, the soft vinyl flips. There you go. There's one. It's a BCW, and that's soft vinyl. And they're okay. You know, they're about the same price as the hard vinyl, maybe a penny a piece less. But the softeners that are in there will leach out of your leach out of the plastic and get on your coins and then start to damage it. So these are not a long-term solution. All right. The next step is the vinyl, and they're good. They don't have the softeners in there that the soft plastic has. They're good. They're clear. They're clear all over. And I like to handle these, you know, with a piece of cotton, so I don't leave my fingerprint on those. I'm really uptight about these things. And all you got to do, whoops, you don't need staples, right? Just give it a squeeze, and it'll stay mostly flat. But when I put them in a box with several, that, you know, they'll squeeze shut easily enough. But with the staples out of the way, I can get rid of the stapler, $20. A pair of pliers, so I can squeeze the staples closed. Ow! After I'm done stapling them. And of course, the endless supply of staples, and when the stapler doesn't work right, you got to rip it out and put in another staple. Okay, there's another $5. It just clear all this stuff out. I got a new spot in my desk, and I put, like, you know, chips or something in there, or a spot for another phone. But these, one size fits all. With the Mylar, where'd that one go? I must have thrown it. Okay. With the Mylar, either you get one size, like a large size, say the $1, a $half, and you use that for all of them, in which case that little thin piece of plastic is really kind of stretched, or you get the size that matches the coin you're using, so you get the penny, the nickel, the dime, the quarter, the half, the dollar, the big dollar, the little dollar, and I think that's probably all it's going to fit. Or you limit yourself, and then you have gaps. Well, Just give me one thing. I'm real simple. This size fits everything up to the size of an eagle. Okay, it'll fit an eagle as well as a dime or a 2 cents or 3 cents. It fits everything. And now instead of 7 stacks of these, I got 1 stack of those to work with. Good Lord, let's simplify it, make it easier, and they're going to hold up. I mean, I did a video where I stabbed one of these with a pen, and the only thing I hurt was my finger. So get those. But if you want to protect a good dollar coin, step up to these acrylic. They are 50 cents a piece. Okay, they're going to last. I could beat on it. If I would do this in vinyl, would you have any questions that that coin is going to be okay? I mean, I could just do this for a long, long time. Right now, I'm going to screw up that plastic. But would you do that with... I don't have a coin in the card here. Would you want to do that with this Indian? This Indian? You know, just beat on it. All right. Would you give it to a 3-year-old? Okay, I could beat on this one with a pen, and I have a chance of saving it. But this one's going to be just fine. Let's open that up. They have a piece of tape shutting them. Okay, get back over here. How do I open this? There it is. And so anything more than, you know, 20 bucks. And you see marks from all that beating? I can beat on that till the cows come home. So keep the bag. And the bag will protect that surface. But they come apart easily. Unless you want to take it apart, then it's really hard. Get the tape out of there. And store them in the bag. Keep them in the bag. They'll be fine for a long, long time. But it's got impact resistance. What is this? This is a Franklin half. A nice proof. I want, you know, let's give that some extra protection. That's a $25 coin. I think a 50-cent container is warranted on this sort of a coin. Maybe not at a week. You know, you got a, what do we got here? What's this one? This is a 1920. Oh, hell, I can't see. What date is that? That loop. 1928. Okay. It's in decent shape. And that coin is worth, you know, 50 cents. Am I going to spend 50 cents on the holder to protect a 50-cent coin? No. But I might spend 3 cents or 4 cents. I got no problem spending 8 cents. 50 cents might be a bit much. But if I've got, oh, where's that one I had the other day? I bet you it's in the sold section, right? I sold so much stuff from that Friday sale. Oh, here's one. Here's that 1909 beauty. Right? If I get a $50 coin, I have no problem spending 50 cents to save and protect that $50 coin. Oh, what's this one? Okay, Flying Eagle cent. Well, this is worth, you know, 8 cents a piece anyway. Yeah. So at what point do you draw the line? You say this coin is worth this much protection, and that coin is worth, you know, that much. Right now for these acrylics, I've got 1 cent, 25 cents, and 50. I need to pick up nickels and dimes, but oh man, grab them. It's the right thing, and they won't do you wrong. You can take the coin out, put it in something else, and move on. I'm gonna go back to chat over here real quick. Beth, any chili left? My chili beans are on the porch. I burned them babies up. Chris's Coin Channel has joined us for a Sunday afternoon. Good thing you showed up. And now I get a wrench. Okay, I would like to get a bowl, but we are miles apart. Drive. That's why they got cars. Okay, S.J. says, so you all subscribe to Chris's Coin Channel. He's an administrator in the Coin Up group on Facebook, and he's a moderator on Ken's channel now. And he's a heathen. And keep your hands and fingers away from his mouth. You'd be perfectly okay. This guy finds more modern double dives than anybody else in the world. I'm serious about this. Anybody else in the world. He is a machine. Not only does he find the double dives, but he finds new double varieties. So get over there and watch him. He's got several videos on the large dates, 1960, large and small, 1970 S, the 1974s, and the 1982. Get over and he's got good information. And he finds a lot of old ones too. Yeah, Chris, I'm just taking the time here to just goof off and talk with people while I, get this mess cleaned up and sort it out. And hopefully they'll buy some stuff too, because that's what you need to talk to me later. It's not about that thing, is it? Um, just put some cream on it, and that should take care of the rash. He really does, that hidden numismatist. Yep, Chris, you got my email, of course. You have my Facebook, so you know how to get a hold of me. I'm gonna wipe these off because I get stuff all over it. So we talk coins here, is all we do. And we go from there. Did I answer the question on those acrylics? Yeah, I was uploading a new video and saw you were streaming. I had nothing better to do, and really these weekends, they're wide open. You probably want to do something. I mean, you got 6, 8, 9 hours all day on the weekends. Everybody's got, the weekdays, 7 to 10 loaded. Well, either we go in and fight against them one-on-one, which can be done, because a lot of them are kind of similar. They sort through rolls and auction off what they find. But are we stepping at each other's feet? At what point do we need to cross that line when there are giant swaths on the weekend wide open and people are home? They're watching. There's 21 people watching right now. Prime time's a good time, and they're going to lose their slots eventually. But I don't think we need to step on each other's toes quite yet. So jump on the weekend, build up a following, and then move to prime time when it's the right time. He's got a vacation. That's bad news for coin rolls, I tell you right there. Bad news. All right, I'm going to go back and see what these coins are doing. Stay on track for a bit. I want to get to scope, wide screen. Is that it? Yep. And I can pull up the pictures. 1921 is next. Let me get rid of these thingies. And I'm in pretty decent. Which one is it? This one? Yeah. Okay, we're in pretty decent shape here. I got a bit of a slice on his upper cheek and a couple of rim dings, but that's in very fine. Let's have a look at the back. Kind of dark, but good detail on the lines, real good detail. That's every bit of VF. So 1921 VF, what are we looking at? 1921, $2.50. See, I'll round that down to $2 and offer it out the door that way. $2 for 1921. And then this coin can be yours. Just get a hold of me at kpv@live.com. 1921 VF, $2. And we'll set you right up. I'll send you a PayPal invoice. And you have 30 days to, well, just put together a big order. And I'm going to make that Friday night madness. That's probably going to be a regular thing. So the big coins I have, and special deals that I come across, I can offer them all right there. Because, geez, guys, it was a pretty successful night. Lots of people watching. And enough people buying that I want to do it again. 1921S, well, a lot of just kind of subdued here. And now, what do you see on this? You see parallel lines from top to bottom? Let's have a look. And we've got these parallel lines from one side to the other. And, well, it's kind of like a lamination, but they're not quite separating. But that's what that is. That may be woodiness. I'm going to look at this in the loop. Not laminations. You saw that 1909 with the extremely fine wood grain. That's what this is. All those little bright marks is woody grain. That's a super fine woody. All right. That one's going to go into my goodie box, I'm sure. Something is shiny on top of his head. Let's look at the top of his head. We'll zoom in and look at the top of his head. What are you singing? What are you saying, Chris? I can get the focus good. What are you seeing on top of this guy's head? Might be just a copper bouncing light away. Move that over. LOL. Caruso says, Johnny shot him out of a cannon. Hey, Ken, can you show off your collection of woodies someday? Yes. Did a lot of it a couple weekends ago on the first coin class. It'll say just coin class, not coin class, you know, grading or whatever the hell. Just the first one. But yeah, there's a nice one. But it's this, the new camera is what I would want to use and get the lighting right. Because that new camera is going to show off the color a whole lot better than this little scope. Where is it? There's the little scope. Yep, I don't see anything really standing out as far as what's on the head. Got a couple of contact marks here, but that's a fine grain woodiness, and they're real pretty. And in there somewhere, you'll probably find some little bits of lamination and some peeling. I think we might have some it's gone above the date here, but the lamination isn't the thing. That little bit of wood grain is. Don't be mean to Ken, Chris. I'm very sensitive. How's the back look? Again, the same thing with these fine grains. All right, that goes in my little collection. I'll keep that baby around. I'd love to offer it to you, but I'm selfish. And it's my coin, so I can get away with that. What's the date on that? 21S? 1921S. And fine woody. Yeah, I'll find all kinds of stuff. I got some coins back there I haven't seen in years. Look through them and see if there's something I got to tell people about. Some of it's pretty dull, but there's some neat stuff in there. You saw that 1909, right? And so I can pull that out. Yep, that's it. Keep that clean. Open this up. We'll put it under the camera. This is what a fine grain woody looks like. And this is gorgeous. The benefit about having the coin in the acrylic 2x2 and it's in the foam sleeve is I don't have to, that's not it. That's the wrong one. Is I can move that coin around and show it off and I don't have to touch it. I just grab the foam sleeve. Yep, this is working. Now that came in a bag, but I lost the bag. Okay, we'll work on that. These are all the coins from last night in front of me. Oh, there they are. That's the 1909. In case you didn't see this, this is a real screamer. Now watch this and you'll find out what an interesting coin it is. The wood grain is so fine and so copious that it's almost having two colors on this coin. And making a focus is a nightmare. And that's what it looks like under focus. And if you look at it through a loop, this is what you will see. All right, I've got fine stripes. That's all it is across the entire coin, top to bottom. All right, I got a spot here where there are fewer of these striations, and it looks like a dark spot. But I can go to the back, and I can show you the back without touching the coin. Look, I can flip it over. It's magic, I tell you. I've got a light spot where there is a higher concentration of these fine lines. Okay, right here in the center. And this is a gorgeous coin. What's also neat is we've got a pretty good magnification. Find some contact marks or wear. That is your challenge. That's the reason why this coin has a $50 price tag on it. And I sell it to you, but it's already been sold. So somebody has this coming in will be very, very plastic. I'm very, very happy. Beth Coddington says, you have those hard plastic protectors for large cents. I do not have them for large cents. My next extension of my product line will be nickels and dimes for these acrylic containers. But this is just a gorgeous coin all around. And I would call it MS64 because if you look at the cheek, I can see a little mark right there, but on the left of his lips. And really, that is, I think, the only blemish on this coin. I love it when I'm in plastic. We used to love it when we were in green. And then the green got replaced with plastic. So keep an eye out for these woodies. Some of them, they're just gorgeous. Now let me put this under the big scope so we can compare the color. And if you would see that, where's the thingy? I got a control device here. I'm going to pull this up. Home, scope, wide. That it? There you go. And this is what it looks like in real life. You know, it's red-brown. Got some darker spots. Got some lighter spots. I'm going to take the cover off so you're not looking at the camera. We'll look at the coin. And it's got a great cartwheel luster to it because all those little fine lines are highly reflective, whereas the copper areas are much darker. And it's a splendid example. It's 1909 with no VDB. If we hit the light just right, you'll see this. I mean, it just sparkles, it does. It's got fantastic luster, but it looks like a red-brown coin. Well, anyway, there it is. I'll close that up and set it aside because that'll be shipped out probably the next couple of days. I'm going to miss it, but I'll take the money out and buy more stuff, and I'll admire that for a little while. And that's how it works around here. You know, if you get into buying and selling the darn things, you can have every coin in the world eventually on your desk. That's kind of a neat thing. So we're going to go back to this. Nope, we're going to go back to the screen, lower this back down, put another coin underneath, and look at that. And it looks like Rob Stewart has joined us. Katie Armstrong's back after a small break. Mudswat says, I had dreams of sparing change in Western days and getting half dimes and silver quarters and halves. You ever have the coin dream? You know, you try to get through all these coins and you're trying to sort them and you just keep sorting and keep sorting, and every time you go to get more coins to sort, there's more coins that have to be sorted, so you never actually get to the coins that you're sorting because that's all you're doing is sorting the goddamn things. Well, anyway, maybe I'm the only one that has that dream. It's like an anxiety dream. Now, years back in the day, I had a dream about making pizza in this restaurant I worked at. Of course, it's been a pretty busy night, and we had these small pizzas we made. And I had a dream. It was nothing but pizza, 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 pizza. Well, I had a girl who just broke up with me by throwing everything I ever gave her, you know, down in front of my door. So I picked all that up. Well, some chocolate I gave her. She didn't need it. That's all right. I figured why throw that out? It's good chocolate. So I had this dream about making the pizza, and I wake up and there's this chocolate. I thought, chocolate pizza. So I thought about it and I made one. You know, went to the store and got ingredients. This is a pretty hideous 1925 and very good. Yeah, that's it. 1925. Do we need one in the book? Let's have a look. No, give me something to put that on. Where's the book one? So I made one of these chocolate pizzas and I took it into work. And people said, oh my God, what is that? 1925. I've got one already. Okay, I'll set that aside. And you know, I put Rice Krispies in there and mixed white chocolate and milk chocolate together, so it was more pizza colored rather than chocolate colored. And I took a white chocolate with red coloring in there, used that for the sauce. This one's out of place. 1923. It's very good, possibly fine, but I don't like that big ding on the bottom. That's going to keep it out of fine. So 1923, yeah, the back doesn't say very good, or it doesn't say fine, so that's a very good is all. Let's look at the price on 1923 in very good. Move it over again. 1923, very good, 40 cents. I need very fine before I can sell that on its own. We'll put that in the folder if there's a room. 1923. I already have one. I'll put this one in the next book. There you go. So anyway, it kind of looked like a pizza, you know. Had little red rings, red circles, and that was pepperoni. And people looked at it and said, "Oh my God, that's so cool. Can you make me one?" I said, "Yeah, $10." So I ended up making 8 of the darn things, made 80 bucks. You know, minus the cost of the chocolate, which wasn't that bad, really. And I said, geez, you know, they got these molds up here where I get the chocolate from. They get these molds. Oh, look at the reverse on this. For lollipops. So as long as I'm making these pizzas, I made, you know, some of these lollipops. They had roses, and I had a mousse, a little chocolate mousse. And okay, this one's very good, but I don't think the cheek is good enough for fine. Ear, you know, okay, that's very good. So I ended up making these chocolate lollipops as well as chocolate pizzas. This is 1923S in very good. And I sold the hell out of them. Took them up to their place I was working, sold them off. People bought them. You know, take the money and buy more chocolate, get some more. I'm making, you know, 15 bucks a day. And this is, you know, 20 years ago when 15 bucks was good for, you know, a few beers, a couple of 6-packs and a good time. Let's see where I want to look. 1923S. Very good. $2 is what we'll do on that one. That's a $2 coin. That look like a $2 coin to you? If you think so, get a hold of me on my email, kpv@live.com, and say, I want that coin, because I'll sell it to you. So I went ahead and, you know, found out what I had to do, and I got a food license. In Maine, you can do it in your home for things like confectionaries. And I started selling these lollipops all over. I mean, all over the place. And I left that restaurant I was working at, and I'm just selling lollipops full time. Driving all over New England. Drive down to Massachusetts, stay there for a week. My sister lived there, so it was easy. I drive all over the Cape. Oh, it was in this box. Ended up getting them, you know, into 800 stores. So I had a candy company. I was a candy man. KPV, what? Can you put it in chat so I could take? Yeah, I can do that. I don't know why I'm not actually chatting instead of just rambling. Except that I have the keyboard covered with stuff. There we go. And it is KP. Let me get this out of my way. EAVEY@live.com. If you wish to donate or buy stuff. There, that's good. So anyway, I started, you know, a candy business. But previously, I had window cleaning. You know, I'd go to businesses because they get their windows cleaned regularly. People could do their windows at home, but you know, once a year. Businesses, they do it every week, so you can get to good repeat business. Let's look at this one. It's that 1928 I had sitting around on the table. I want to bring this up. Go to, bear with me now. Go to screen. Is that right? Yes. Yes, we're there. I can drop that down. There's that 1928, and it's in great shape. Plenty of contact marks. I got good separation in the cheek and jaw, above the ear. Plenty of detail. Let's flip this over. The rim is sound. I've got good sharp lines. Good sharp lines all the way to the end. Solid separation. I'm going to take a look in person, decide if that's XF or VF. What do you guys think based on this shot? I'd rather zoom out to get a better look. Let's see it. Okay, I got no problem calling that XF. We're dropping it on the floor. Bow tie's clear. Ezekiel says VF. True, I'll make it easier. What decade? Okay, I'm missing something here. Yeah, I was a confectioner. I made lollipops and chocolate pizzas and drove them all over New England. So I was also a delivery driver and a candy maker and a bookkeeper. Well, I ended up making a mistake of bringing in an investor, and it went to hell quickly after that. And I finally said, "To hell with this! I'm not working for free," and ended up shutting the whole thing down. That's a 1928, and I'm going to call it XF. And still not going to be a big price, but it might be a good dollar deal. And 1928 XF is $1. That's a dollar deal. Now somebody will pick that up and it'll look just fine in their folder or album. So I made these, the chocolate pizza, and I took white chocolate and I put red food coloring in there. Put in a squeeze bottle and just poured it on. I did that with a ladle. The white chocolate I melted and put in a squeeze bottle and just scattered out all of it, and that was the cheese. But I put flavoring and colorings in the white chocolate so I could give you a rose lollipop that's pink and raspberry. And we tied them up in little bags and put little bows on them. Oh, people just tore them up. You're selling those for a 79-cent retail. I got 45 cents. They cost me about 14 cents to make them. We sold a lot of lollipops. That's going to go over here. That's a dollar deal. And we had these mints. Now this is back up in Maine, so they were shaped like the state of Maine. I just wrap them. You take the piece of foil, you put it in your hand, you put the mint in, you squeeze, and then press it shut. And they were Maine mints, and they were about a ½ ounce. You've had those Andes candies. Mine were better. I sold those 50 at a time. Just moving off the shelves. Had these things called a Needham. Now, if you're familiar with New England, it's a potato candy. It's, let's see, powdered sugar, lots of it. Rot your teeth right out of your head. Butter. Potato was included as a binder. Lots of coconut in there. And you make kind of a dough and you roll it flat and you cut it and you dip it in chocolate. And then I took a squeezed bottle of dark chocolate and put little stripes on it. And, oh, geez, it melt in your mouth. Crazy good those were. I sold the dickens out of those. And I had these peanut butter cups that were unlike anybody else's. Smooth, just real smooth. What am I looking for? This? Can you see it? Yeah. It's a train wreck. 1925 D in good. And that's about it. How's the back look? Well, the back's not too bad. And for 20s, that's downright respectable. But the front is, pretty worn. Let's try rubbing it with my finger once, see if we get any detail to show up. A donut chocolate pizza. No, it's solid chocolate. There was no dough in the chocolate pizza. It was 100% chocolate, unless you count the Rice Krispies in the crust. It weighed 2 pounds. And that did real well. Christmas time, holy cow, I moved like a ton of chocolate in December. Okay, this one might be very good, but that's as good as that's going to get. 25D, very good. That's not going to be a big price. 25D. That's still $1. All right, is this worthy of a dollar deal? What do you think? 25D, very good. I got some separation above and below the cheek and jaw, and the reverse looks good. No problem with it. That's a dollar deal. But these chocolate pizzas, now I stay at my sister's house. Of course, the neighbors, they all, they all talk and walk around the neighborhood wearing a hat for an hour a day. She had a neighbor up the street who sold medical supplies to hospitals. 1925D, very good, $1. Yeah, that one won't last. So he's got all these accounts in different hospitals all over, New England. He says, man, that's what I need. See, every Christmas he sent him cards and stuff, or a bag of nuts or some darn thing. Bag of nuts ain't gonna get you remembered. But you drop one of them chocolate pizzas in front of your client and say Merry Christmas, he's gonna remember you. So he took 150 of the darn things at $12.50 a pop. I delivered them about 4 days later. Another one of those, you stay up for 4 days in a row to get them done. I got them delivered, no problem at all. And 2 days later, 2 other people, and then a third person called from his office saying, yeah, I need 200 of those as well. Or I need 150, or I need 75. Okay. That was a good sale. One led to many, many more. That was a good season. And we got a 25S. Decent shape. I don't see any damage. I got a spot behind his neck. And the back is nothing great. You see parallel lines? Let's take a look. Why so many lamination woodies? These are dark parallel lines. Let's have a look in there. Come on. You got to talk quiet when you're focusing because it's very delicate. Alrighty. Yeah. This is the copper. Has been rolled and rolled and left these striation marks behind. It's kind of a lamination. It's kind of a woody. And there's plenty of it. It goes from one side to the other. It's followed across. All of these. A little light on this section. But the whole coin has these fine lines. Alrighty. You can't see that under the big scope though. Under the widescreen. How's it look on this side? Same sort of thing. So that's a bit woody. But I think this is something in the copper that's giving it this look. It's neat that I should have 3 of these in the same album with the same characteristics. See how these lines are parallel? And what do you suppose that is? Is there something in this album that's messing them up? Because that looks to be a physical property of the copper. And even under low magnification, you can't quite make that out. Let's look at the back again. But you can clearly see these parallel lines are a dominant characteristic of this coin. I'm going to stick that in my collection there, back there. So Steve makes fudge on the holidays. Now I had this old lady who I can't make fudge to save my life, right? So I had this old lady that made fudge for me. She made the best fudge in the state of Maine, I tell you. People would be banging on her door, saying, you get any more of that fudge? And, she'd sell it to you for 10 pounds at a time. And it was $50 minimum. 25S? Is that right? I took her fudge and just distributed it. It's an extra $50 a week, so why not? And I'm going to call that one very good with micro laminations. And that'll be that one. We had the peanut butter cups. Oh, the peanut butter cups were hilarious, right? I made these peanut butter cups. Now it was dark chocolate. And I'd fill up the mold halfway full. And I had these trays about this big, about the size of I can't pick anything up. It's covered with coins. About the size of one of these folders. Maybe a little bit bigger. And to have all these holes, depressions in it with the ribs on the side. And I'd fill it halfway up with a squeeze jug. I'd put the chocolate melting in a big pot and scoop it in a squeeze jug. So I'd go one to the next, just squeezing it out. Go halfway up. That's not it. Here it is. And I had this other mix. It was a peanut butter mix. Same consistency as the dark chocolate, not the milk chocolate, the white chocolate. Same company made it, but it was peanut butter instead of chocolate. And it was delicious. But you make a peanut butter cup with it with dark chocolate, and it would melt in your mouth. No grittiness, you know, like the grandmother peanut butter cups. It didn't fall apart like Reese's, you know, how you nibble on the edge. It was melt in your mouth from top to bottom. Brilliant things. And they were wrapped up in foil, and you throw 50 of them in a little box. Fold the box up in half, had a stamp on it. That was your ingredients. And the lady says, "How much are they?" I said, "Most people, you know, they sell them for a quarter a piece or 3 for $1." So that's what she writes, 25 cents or 3 for $1. She said, people come in here all day, give me $1 and take 3 of them. All day. She says, "Give me 4 boxes this week. Here you go." All day they did this. Now explain that one to me. Okay, roadkill. Then what's next? So I told everybody that. And just put 3 for $1 on there. That's what they pay. May as well take it. But I got my stuff right prime location, right at the cash register. And what are we up to now? 1926. That is in decent shape. Fine. There's something in his ear. Where's that pointy stick? I'm watching on TV, but I'm charging my phone. There's something in that ear. No, it's just a little shine. Ain't nothing there to see. That's a fine condition, 1926. Otherwise unremarkable. And I could probably drag my finger across that and clean up a lot of that smudginess. Yeah. You know, this stuff just sits forever. And if somebody had fingered it 5 years ago, it's going to kind of leave a film on the coin. Was that 1926 and fine? How is that going to last? The P's don't really bring much of a, yeah, it's a quarter. The P mints don't really draw much of a premium once you get past the teens, because they make, you know, 100 million of the darn things. But if you want a decent collection, yeah, no problem with a fine collection. 1926, I have one. It's fine. I'll put that one in the next batch, because it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it to me to sell it for a quarter. So they build up. 1926D. Okay, it's also in fine, but it's got some heavy contact marks and a big gorge on the side. And the back, as you can see, it's pretty weak. Now, it's not necessarily wear on these 20s reverses, because the wear on this side does not match the wear on that side, because these dies were used and used and used. So Ken, do you have a 1944D, 1949D, and a 54S? Yes. What color do you like? You want shiners? I got them. Okay, let's see if we need one in the album here. Number 1, 26D. 26D, I've got one. This will probably go in the next one. Yeah, if you have a list of coins that you'd like in grades, just put it up. Let me know. Send it to my email. I'm going to give you the picture. Ooh, what's going on with this? What is going on with this? Give me just a minute. I have a technical difficulty. Home. There. Now I can move this and make it pretty. See, the sun has made it over here to the backwoods, so we're getting the sunlight on the coins. That's what it looks like when the sun's on it. Isn't that pretty? Look at the shine on that thing. And only $2. Okay, there. Up here. Over there. Over here, you'll see my email address. Here, I'll get a trick. here. Right there is my email address. No, there it is. How do I do this? Well, you get the idea. I'll put me back. If you want to make a donation to the channel, it will support the class on every Sunday where we give giveaways. I'll give you a big fat shout out. How about that? It's kind of like advertising. You give me money, I give it to somebody else. Now, if you would like to support me directly, buy these coins, like this stuff, because that's going to go further to making it possible for me to do my thing than any amount of donations. I've got beautiful coins. Have a look. Stop in on Fridays where I've got all kinds of stuff and go from there. But if you have a list of coins that you're looking for, definitely send it up here. Get me that list, because that's when I can really shine and take a few minutes of extra time to find what you're looking for, look it up, and put together a decent package. Let me set this off to one side so I can get back into chat for a minute here. John Gress has the right idea. I like it. Hello, Beth. I've been here for a while, not chatting because I'm charging my phone. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So you can get a hold of me on email, and I will probably get you back. Ezekiel, I have a list for you as well. Oh, where is it? I had a list. I swear I had a list. Where'd it go? Oh, this must be it. Maybe it's over there still. No? Whoops. It's got to be up here. Well, Ezekiel, I got a list, but I kind of have things buried with equipment and tools and lights and books and folders and poems, which is no different from normal. But it does have a list of those dates that you were looking for. And once you have the dates, you can come up with the numbers. Nope, it's run off. It's got to be under here. So I'll get back to you on that. But yeah, I'm pretty good with the email. Definitely contact me there. And if you're on Facebook, of course, you'll find in the description of the video the Coin Up Facebook group. I hang around out there a lot. So get a hold of me and go from there. And I'll get you an invoice for the coin you wanted and a list of prices for those other things you were asking about. How much is that 26D? Where'd it go? 1928. I haven't ordered these yet. I just kind of jammed them in the pocket. 1912. Did I put it behind me? I think that was a quarter. But I don't bother selling coins for less than $1. Really, how much am I going to make? And it cost me 30 cents for the envelope. So if it's below $1, I can't be bothered unless it's, a lot of them. Now, let me take just a minute break. I had a lot of coffee this morning. And of course, you know how that goes. So we're going to take a 2-minute break. I'm going to try to find that paper that belongs to Ezekiel. Is that it? That might be it. Yes. We'll continue this in just another moment. Intermission. me look over here where the stack is. No, it's not there. I got stuff stashed all over the place here. Okay, nope, that's not it. How about this one? Notes and notes and notes. And notes and notes. There we go. They're on this morning's notes. So Ezekiel, you ready? 1972, 73, 75, 74, 72, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All the 70s, except for 71 and 70. One of those 79s has no box. Then 2000, 2002, 5 and 6, 92, 93, 81, and there's an 82 with no box. After that, it's silver, and you ain't getting those because I got a guy who's going to take that. So that's what I have for available fruit sets right now. Not a whole lot of them, but they're just sitting there. I mean, the prices, you just match what Numa's has, and we go from there. After that, it's all about shipping, and the best deal is going to be found by getting the most number of different sets, so we, pack them all in one box. And you don't have to pay that much for shipping. Let's jump over to screen and put this down. And here's that, and here's this. Now if I get them in the right combination, there we got it. Okay, I'm back. My son came, but only to get checks, not to visit. So sad. Hey, let the kid grow up. He's gonna check, he wants money, and he wants to see what's in your refrigerator. After that, what were you doing when you were 25? Oh, that is very sad. Yeah. That's all I wanted when I was 25. Go see mom, borrow $5, and hit that refrigerator. Man, nobody in the world ever makes food the way your mother does. You know that? Except me, I'm a hell of a cook. So I think I'm going to move on to the next set of these. I almost got the first 2 Whitmans filled this afternoon. Outstanding. He's not a kid. My mother says, this is my son Kenny. He's 563 months. He's 56. Your son? He's not a kid. You tell him to get his own refrigerator. Man, I'm getting in the doghouse here. Okay, we're getting into some 30s now. We're still in brown. But these are going to start getting shiny in about 10 more years. There's a nice 39 in this batch. Yeah. How can your son be 56? I thought you were my age. I'm not 56. Oh, okay. It's not your son. It's your client's son. All right. Well, no matter. You send him home anyway. He's 56 years old. What's he doing? Get out of the fridge. Save that stuff for you. What's this one? 1927. Hey, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's unremarkable. Otherwise, let's look at the folder and see if it'll fit in there. Nope. I already got one. But I tell you right now, that coin's probably only a quarter or so in value. What would you give that? Fine on a good day? Flat cheek? Yeah, that's fine, but it ain't no better. And 1927 and fine isn't going to be a fortune. 1927 and fine, about a quarter. All right, I'll stick that in the. I'll stick that in the next folder I come up with. I can get more folders too. So if you guys want folders, they're $4 a piece, or 2 of them for 5 and a. What was I doing? $7.50 for 2. Plus the shipping. But if you get a bunch of stuff anyway, shipping ain't no problem. What is this film on there? And yes, it is coming off. See that? With my decredifier. Now the decredifiers are $199.50. They're on sale this week. See this crud? The decredifier is doing it. Now I got the decredifier, the decredifier deluxe. Yeah, that's got crap on it. Okay, 1930, fine. Crap on it. I'm throwing it. And it just doesn't, it ain't worth the time to clean it off, you know? 1930D, fine. Problem free. Rim is pretty good. The back, this is a respectable coin here. It's fine. A couple of ring dings. Ain't no problem with that. How much is that? Because I don't memorize these prices. 1930D, 29, 30, 30D, in fine, 35 cents. That goes to the folder. Let's see if we got a space. Jeez, I got one in there already. I don't remember loading that. Okay. Set that to the back. Oh, a sale on early date wheats. I'm going to guess this 30S would be next. What do I want here? If I can get XF out of this 30F, it'll be a dollar deal. No, that don't cut it. A big gouge across it. Do we need one in the book? That spreadsheet is amazing. It took a lot of time to put that together. I can show you all about it if you want to take a minute. Besides, I need to smoke anyway, so I want to cover these coins up. Yeah, I probably ought to get more coffee. All right, I got to take some time to give you guys a class on how to set up these spreadsheets. They really are easy. And I'll get you the link. Let me run over. I just shut down that window. Okay, that's the video, but I want the spreadsheet capture. What happened? Spreadsheet capture. There we go. Now you can see this spreadsheet in all its glory. Is that right? Oh, yes, you can. Can you see the mouse? All right. I think we're in business. Yeah. This is OpenOffice calculator. If you go to openoffice.com or whatever, I'll get you the link. You can get the software. Now, if you don't get OpenOffice, there's Lotus, there's Excel. I don't know, Lotus is probably still around. There's Google Docs, which work pretty much the same way, but the layout and some of the features may be a little bit different. But they're all pretty much the same. You can, oh, here's Util. This is a simple one. I just use it for playing and, you know, utility uses. Let me delete these all together. There you go. Now each cell has an identity, right? This one is A. You see the big column here? A4. So this one is A4. I type that in, right? Now whatever I type in is going to be on this big bar up here, which is the function bar, all right, where it'll be a function. But right now I just typed in A4. This is going to be A5. Pretty simple. If I come over 2 slots, that's going to be C5. So watch this. Here's a number instead of letters and stuff. But I can type in letters. And I'm going to type in 567. Okay. On this one, I'm going to type in 43. On this one, I'm going to do a formula. Now, instead of just typing in letters and data, these spreadsheets will manipulate the letters and data. So I'm going to have equals. If you go to oh, it's right up. Oh, it's right up here. This is the function bar. This is where, if you type it in as an equation, it's where it's going to show up. Equals, and I'm going to do A8, right, which is the 567, plus B8, which is 43. And when it hit enter, instead of showing me equals A8 plus B8, it's gonna show me the result of that equation of 610. Kind of handy there. So now I can take a long list of let's come over to stock. I could take a giant list of things and come up with totals. Am I all the way over here? Where am I going to be? Oh, okay, let's go down to, okay, here's the D4 set, right? Perfect. So here, I don't have it, do I? Just a minute, let me get okay, there you go. This is set number D4, the lavender color. And I keep that so as I'm scrolling through, I can find that set easily. It has 267 coins in there. Now, if you look up at the, nope, at the formula line, I don't have 267 typed in. I've got count A. Now it's a command level, and what that's going to do is count whatever values are in the parentheses. And that's going to be from E 232 down to 260, 2,604. Okay, now let me watch this. I can go up in the box and click there, and it'll show me where the heck those are. And there it is, number 2321 in column E. Yep, and it goes down to Good Lord, that's a long one. 2604 in column E, and that's exactly what I see up there. That's a count. Any of these boxes that has something in it, it's going to count it as one. So I've got 267 of those boxes that have been, coins with grades in them. Man, pretty much any coin that I have in there has been graded, and I know what I paid and stuff. Okay. Now over here, I've got some more figures. This one is what I paid, right? And that is, instead of count, that's got a sum. And again, the same boxes, but in a different column. And that's the sum of all those. So it's 2.5 plus 5.5 plus 4 cents plus 25 cents, all the way down. So I know that everything in that album, I paid $136.17 for. The next line is, what's it worth? Well, that's not too bad, 322 bucks. The next column is a percentage. What percentage of this price is this number? And I get 0.42. So I paid 42% of retail. And this over here that's 100% of the value of the coins in that whole album. And for example, the 1909 VDB gives me about 4% of the value. Okay, so I can look at different things in here. I can pull up a maximum figure. So I know this is the most valuable coin in that album. I'm going to sell it off first to recover as much of my investment as possible in as short a time as I can. Or I could do a maximum on this column over here. Same reason, right? 1912S, geez, that's almost 1 in 12 of my investment. I want to get that out the door so I can do it again. Here's a 1924D. Well, geez, if I take the two of those together, that's almost a fifth of what I spent or what I have into it at this point. And this lets me pick and choose what I want to sell first, what I need to move first, what I need to prioritize. I can do a search and find all the 24Ds in that whole column. A lot of these works, where is it? View, edit. There you go. There's a find and replace. And I can pull up whatever coin I want to get. If I want just, fine coins or VF, it'll tell me that. But that's more advanced. We'll worry about that later. Right now, you can start with just simple data entry. Here's my date, right? I've got a 1970D. The grade is AU. Here's UIN, which is a unique identifying number. And you'll get into that later, I suppose. I can make a note if I want. I paid $5. The book value is 35 bucks. Yeah, I find some good deals on occasion. I paid 14%, and I have one of them. And so if I add up, how many coins I have, right, then that's this number up here. I've got 26,352 and a quarter. Well, that's a lot of coins around here. I'm not sure what a quarter is. I can figure that out. What's going on here? How do I have 0.59 of those? That don't make no sense. Huh. Okay, it's not a perfect thing. I could probably go back and figure it out. But nonetheless, you can go through and do different sections in here. So here's a 1975D, I don't know what. What section is this? Oh, roll. This is a BU roll. Okay. And I know that I paid $2.50 for it. It's probably worth about $5. So You know, I get about 50% of the cost of the retail price of what I paid. And that's probably about right. You know, but you can go through each folder. I guess some that are pretty good. You know, here's this one. It's probably good for 16 or 1700 bucks. Another one is probably $1,000, 600 bucks. Right now I'm working one of these smaller albums just to clean up some space on this desk. But it's pretty handy. You can keep records on here. For example, I've got, this is the sets index where I have how many count, we went through this earlier, how many coins in a folder, what the maximum value coin is that's graded in good, and these are ranked in order. The sum, so if we got 86 coins, figure all the coins that should be in there, rank up, would come up with 263 bucks. Average bid's 160. I can look further over here. Let me highlight that so I can follow it easier. Now you see the bids that I have recorded for sets of that size. 96 bucks, that's a pretty good price. 115, buck and a half, buck 62. But I'm seeing a pattern now where 150 to 162 bucks seems to be a regular price, right? And then you get into some larger bids. Well, what's the problem here? Because I got one that's way up here, one that's way down there, but I do have some median values here in the middle of 154 to 165. That seems to be the range. So if I can get them for cheaper than that, that's probably going to be a pretty good deal. If I'm paying more than that, well, what's going on? Because everybody else is beating me. Then I get the green, tells me what I got the stuff for. So if I, you know, scroll over, I can see where I'm getting my stuff in. And a lot of times I'm getting them, yeah, pretty good prices, either low or sometimes down the middle. But I pick these things pretty clean, so I get my money's worth out of it. The wheats, here you go. This is going to be handy for you. You got your red book, you got your black book, you got the gray sheet, you got Numis, you got all these different places with prices, and they're all over the place. Which one makes the most sense? And I'll follow bids in eBay and keep track. I start with some of the values that say Numis has, and I'll adjust them as I need be, because some of these coins go for more than are listed on a regular basis. Try selling a 1911S and watch it go above bid consistently every single time. You can watch 1914D in good, and it's going to hit 150 bucks every single time. Where is it? There you go. No, that's not it. It's right there every single time. You don't see them go above 150, but you don't see them going for less. And junky ones, I see junky 1914Ds go for $89 through $100 every single time. The worst I've seen is 75 bucks. But you can record your own numbers so you can follow the market and establish trends, and you get a really good grip on stuff. Yeah, there are some holes in my data, and I'm working on that. You know, I'll get to it. That's no problem. But this is a handy thing. Even if you just have all your coin prices, you know, handy at home, and all you got to do is click and find it. Here's fine. What do you want? 1931S. That's going to be right here, and I've got it right here, right now, with no further searching. $82.80. Right. Here's very fine, and these numbers are pretty darn accurate. Or you could go online and wait for 10 minutes for the darn thing to load so you can type in whatever date you want to search. But get one of these. They're handy. And these, you find, are just numbers. There's no formulas on these. Right? Okay, and it's going to run that green bar every now and again. But here's a date. You know, they're just columns. About good, good, very good. And boy, that's the handiest thing to have. Let me jump back to chat and see if anybody's still here. Did you see any of that? Let me see. Oh yeah, you should have. Okay, I love me a good deal. This is an expensive hobby. Let the hobby take care of itself. You buy it, hunt for those good deals, sell it, you make that bit of profit, and if you do it enough times, the hobby will take care of itself. I don't buy supplies. You people buy my supplies. So I'll give you a good price on those things. You buy even more. Okay. And if you just want to catalog your stuff, Beth, these spreadsheets are pretty handy. You've got to set up in columns and rows. What do you need? Well, I need, you know, my grade, date, what I paid, what it's worth. That's about it. And then, of course, every line for this coin, that coin, the other coin. These are the 2 cents. These are the 5 cents. You know, these are pennies up here. And after that, it's just data manipulation. It's real handy. Shay has come back. Yeah, we're still here. We haven't gone nowhere. Oh, what time is it? 4:30? Just will be on in about 2.5 hours for a Sunday show. I'm done with the computer right now. I'll type letters correctly, and it'll skip some letters on the screen. Too frustrated. Bear with it, Katie. It ain't so bad. They got these new talking computers. You just talk at them. Kind of like my doctor. He doesn't do surgery. He just talks. How you feeling? How you doing today? Good, Doc. So let the hobby take care of itself. There's a lot to it. You can get into the data side, and it's data manipulation. As long as you can identify the coins correctly and grade them correctly, it gets down to picking out the details. You know, this one is priced at $30, and current price, you know, for the bid is $20. Well, if I can buy that coin for $20 and sell it for $30 next week, that's a 50% markup, or 50%. Well, whatever. It's $10. That's good money. How many times a month you got to do that? Pick up an extra $10. Some of these coins I do remarkably well on. The best I've done is I've made over $500 on a coin. It's kind of nice when that happens. I'd like to do it again. But $50, not uncommon. $10, $20, all the time. And $5 is, if I don't make $5, but if I can't make a $5 bill on a coin, I don't bother with it. Okay, except some dollar deals. But that kind of gets people in, and they can see what I do, how I do, you know, improve their little collection. And I'll draw them in later on the bigger stuff, because they'll keep coming back. I got a lot of regular customers. I'm really happy about that. Beth says, if I want to learn how to make a spreadsheet, here I am. There you go. You could probably watch this thing again, but how long we've been on here? For 2.5 hours. Good Lord. I got a cake in the oven. I better go check on it. Yep. I'm starting to crouch in on SJ for longest running live streams. But it seems to work. I bet you a whole lot of people. I haven't even, I get these data. You get this data down here. 7.5 messages a minute. We're probably holding, 19, 20 people. Wow. We've been over 20 people an hour for 3 hours. Oh, the YouTube analytics is going to love this. You guys are doing me good, see? Okay, what's a 1944 plain penny worth on your spreadsheet? Let's take a look. Can you see the spreadsheet? 1944 plain. What grade, MW? Because it's all about grade. Date will determine the rarity, and the condition will determine the value. Why isn't this moving? Oh, let me jump over to it. There it is. Going spreadsheet. Yep, there it works. Okay, 1944 plain. What grade? We're going to call it BU, AU. You're talking a nickel for really low grades. Okay, you got a little detail in there. Really, you got a bunch of them. You need a bunch of them if you're going to get 10, 15, 20 cents a quarter. AU, we're still not there. Let me shift over. 1944, they made, what is it, 2 billion of the darn things? I don't even have data going into MS63. For 63 red and brown, it says $1.25. Okay. For MS64 red brown, $2.50. Red, $4. I mean, I'd love to tell you your coin's worth a fortune, but they made 1 billion of them. Okay. Yeah, not a whole lot. Now, if my head just doesn't explode. Now, if you're looking to get coins attributed for die varieties, send them to me, Dustin. I can give you, well, check my blog. You'll see it over there on the right side. Let me pull that up. And I'm going to put you on Let's see, screen. There you go. This is my blog. This is behind the scenes of my blog. There you go. Nope, that's still behind the scenes. Okay, view blog. That tells me what I posted, and where I posted, and when I posted, and how many people have seen me post it. And I'm going to move this over to there, so we can see. There it is. That's my blog. That's me. Here I am. That's over there again. There's that. That's the one I made over 500 bucks on because I got it for a song. And if you scroll down just a little bit, if you scroll down, I can't even tell if this is working. There you go. It's jamming up. Okay, you're going to see this list right here where it says jump to. Okay. There it is. So I can move this over there. There, it says jump to right there. All right, and you're going to see Coin Inspection and Attribution Service. Click on that. It'll tell you how to send coins to Ken, and Ken will look at them, and I'll put them under the scope, and we'll go over them right here together. And I'll say, no, it's not that good. Or I'll say, oh my God, it's incredible. And then the screen will go black, and you'll never hear from me again. But, you know, people are looking for, who do I send it to? Well, you can send it to Wiles, you can send it to Wexler, or you can send it to the Coin Up people. And we'll do videos and stuff. Bitcoin breaks $6,000 per coin. I have no idea what that means. I just never got into the Bitcoin thing, or Polaroid, or Microsoft. I don't even know how much I got in my pension right now. I'm sure it's good, because I ain't working no more. Read Shay's comment. Up. Scrolling up. Shay says, hi, SJ, Cheryl, and Coin. That must not be the comment. Well, you can always type it again. I think that'd be the easy way to find that comment, because I could scroll for an hour and not catch it right. Beth has Excel. Excel is a better software, I think. I cut my teeth on it, but I don't want to spend 150 bucks when I can get, you know, Open Office for free. No, I don't see Shay's comment that would make sense to be a comment. So I'll let him type it again, because I don't know how far behind I am. Very good stream today for putting around. I'm just puttering around. Thanks. I'll get a list to you when I can figure out how to pay for them. Right here. Let me find out if I'm pointing in the right direction. Right here. It's not there. Home. I'll have to put that on every page. Right here, you'll see my email. You contact me. We'll talk. You know, we'll come to some agreement. You see what I'm saying? We'll work a deal you can't refuse. Send me a picture, Shay. I'll snow it later. I'll show it later. There you go. I sent it to Chris. Economic Predictions is talking about the Bitcoin market. Pretty informative. Sparrow, you could do a video on Bitcoin. That might be the way to go. Because around here we talk about coins. I'm looking into opening a wallet. My brother was kind enough to do the research. This Bitcoin thing, how much do they cost? Oh, he retyped it. Now we're going to scroll up again. I started reading the blog. Lots of info. Yes, there's lots of stuff in there. On the right side of the screen, it'll have a calendar. You just click on the various month. There's always something there to see. I sent you a quarter a week or so ago. How long does it take you to do a trip? Only a couple of days, but I had nothing in the mail with a quarter in it, MW. No, the only thing I received lately is a poker chip, a couple of $50 I got from Clash and Justin Couch. But it does take long. Man, I could have got in at 1,500. You still can get in. Unrelated, but I haven't been able to get any info about some half dollars I have. They are clad and have one or two pea-sized bumps on them. Any ideas? A lot of times you get gas bubbles trapped in the clad layers. When some heat goes on, the air in those gas bubbles will expand. Now here's the thing, right? The planchet comes in and it's ready to be minted. It's still a planchet, but in between those clad layers, you've got some gas. Now they warm the thing up in the annealing oven before they mint it, but still, it might not be enough heat to make that gas expand. It's got to burst the clad is what it's going to do. Now, when you go to mint that thing, they put 300 pounds of, per square inch of force on that. So now that gas that's in there is getting compressed. Now you got some heat, and you got this metal that is still hot, and it's when the die is released that gas has a chance to push, and that can cause these bubbles. Another thing you could do it, just put a blowtorch on it. So different theories on how those things happen, but we see these bubbles on occasion. You don't see them on the alloys. You see them on the clads, and that seems to be a gas pocket in between the clad layers. Does that make any sense? I sent a quarter in to be distributed a week or so ago. You might remember 5-finger 2000p Saratoga. I remember that. You highlighted in yellow. How long do you think it'll take to attribute? I don't see the coin, so I can't say how long it'll take when it's been a week and a half and it's not here yet. How did you send it? An envelope with a stamp? Because really the best way to track it is send it with UPS tracking, and then you can find out where the darn thing is. Listen to live stream, and this one at the same time. Am I live streaming? Because we need to get to his channel. I've been hogging this for 3 hours. That makes sense. Yep. Sure do know that mod. Because you'll be a super mod. Let's all delete each other just for fun. Jeff Schumacher's joined the group. Well, it's about time. I'm getting up on 3 hours here. Matthew Penn says, one of my professors brought in Bitcoin with each coin was worth about $20. I think he invested 2,000, so he's got 100 coins. It's $6,000 for a coin. He's got $600,000. The broker went belly up and he lost all his coins. Well, did he take delivery of his coins? He went to sell them at $1,200, but no coins. Well, Mud, when you do stream, you let me know. We'll get you on the directory. Beth. I have 1 copper coin, 1 ounce coin, Liberty with a foot in a rock. We'll get one of these big ones. They're $2. They're pretty. They're neat. They're untouched by human hands. They have a poodle at the factory that makes them. That's how they make them. And the poodle just, whoo. They poke him with a stick and he scratches them into a pile. I said, UPS with tracking. Have you got a tracking number? We'll find out where that thing is. It says it was delivered 2 days later. Have not heard anything else. Who'd you send it to? And let's find that package, MW. I'll do a little more research on it. If you have a tracking number, just get it to us. Get it to me. Here's my email address. Let's find out where that quarter is, because it's kind of neat. Did you send it to me or somebody else? I'd like 5 of those copper rounds. You got it. Now, I've seen full-size poodles. Had one living next door for a little while. She'd come out, check her mail. She got that plastic thing on her head, curlers and shit, and she'd take that off, and by God, it's a poodle. She was a French poodle. Her name was Marie. Marie, your rent's due. I think it was a link you put in messaging. NW, what's their full name? Oh, because all I see is an M followed by MW. Send me a message through Facebook or to my email, and we'll track this down because I want to know where that is if it's been delivered a week ago. But let's find out who you sent it to, what address, check that tracking number, and find out where it went. Friday name. Your name is Mina, and you sent it to Variety and Errors. Okay. There are several of us that do this, and we're all in different areas. I'm in Florida. Did you send it to Florida or perhaps Pennsylvania? Here's Chris. He's one of us that does it also. So we want to find out where that coin is. North Carolina. Okay, Kyle Frank. Yep. See, now we know where it went and who's responsible for it, so we can get better answers for you. Chris has 2 videos up in the same day. It's about time. Everybody, this is Chris's coin channel. This is Chris Rhodes. He's in the he's in about every coin group on Facebook. He's a pro. He knows what's going on, but he's so busy with the coins he hardly ever gets time to make personal videos. But get over and watch his videos and subscribe. Yeah, the video and the audio needs to be right. It might still be MW. Send all your information here to this email. Just write a little note so we can follow up on that. Because if it's in the system, we want to track it down. And we'll go from there. All right, I want to check my email and stuff real quick. So it might slow stuff down. Email's way over here. Make sure we got people, 14 new, 11 new, get some dateless 2 centers. Okay, no orders have come in. That's good. Unless this thing takes a little while to update. That's been 2.5 hours anyway. Okay, reload. How do I do that? I think that button's broken. That's not it. Try that. I'm going to jump over and have a look at this. That's stuck. But if you saw coins you want, get a hold of me. Let me know. We'll work an invoice. Oh, this thing is slow. Why is this thing so slow? Oh yeah, I'm live streaming. Yeah, that would do it. And it looks like this is in order. Yep. Okay, that's good. I'll come back to here. And this could take another 20 minutes for this window to reload, even though it's been here for 3 hours. That's not it. Okay, I'm having computer slowdown issues. Oh my God, this thing is dropping dead. You can only wear these things out so much. Okay, that looks good. I think I'll kill that rather than try to mess with it. Yeah, we don't check anything ever again on this channel in the middle of the stream because it slows down. This is a Walmart computer. You know, it's not a super computer. Is anyone streaming in 20 minutes? I'm going to give you the link because I'm not going to load it. If I load it, copy. If I load this, it'll take forever. So see what this link does for you. That should be the directory. It might be a link to edit the directory, in which case it won't work. But if that gets you through, it'll tell you who's showing at one time. Is Victor on Sunday nights? Victor Cruz might be on Sunday nights. What's it doing? Okay, I think our computer's overheating. Doing live stream directory. And this is how long it takes to load a page on this computer out in the woods with 30 windows open, 16 apps, and live streaming 20 people. Yeah, this would be, come on, try real hard. There, live stream show times. You ready? Now I'll get you a link. What happened? And there's a couple of people checking it out. Oh, just give me the link, can't you? Loading. It's loading. A little window this big. Copy. Done. I'm going to give you the link. This is the actual share link for the live stream and video channel and blog directory. So there, we can get to it. And I don't know what time Silver Seeker's on. Look, this computer's kind of dragging down. I'm a little bit worn out. I need some coffee. So after 3 hours and 15 minutes, I think we can probably call this, a good afternoon. Yes, thank you. You're welcome, dear. It is hidden. Well, anyway, that was a lot of fun. We'll definitely do it again. I'll be getting some of these dollar deals up probably next Friday, unless you want some, and then just contact me. There's my email so we can find it. And I think we're in business. Guys, I want to thank you for coming in. It is you doing what you do and supporting this channel that makes it possible for me to do what I do. So go visit somebody else's channel for a little while. I'm going to use a bathroom and get some more coffee, probably some lunch. We'll see you later now.